The game plays right here.
Are you ready for some football?
Your sports leader, WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, and WCSL Cherryville Gastonia.
Hello, this is Milton Baker inviting you to listen to NASCAR Racing right here on WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM, and KTCBroadcasting.com.
Only do things incredible can, cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
And good afternoon, Kevin Hastings along with Zach Mayu and Hunter Yancey. It's time for the Shock Joxx by KTCBroadcasting.com. Are you okay over there? Am I too pumped for you?
I mean, if Facebook would like to
Excited?
work, you could like and share. Speaking of like and share, everybody that is listening to us, we're trying to obviously spread our influence, and the best way to do that is through fans ourselves. What are you talking about?
It is against the governor's wishes to spread anything in the state of North Carolina. Cheer, wishes, virus, anything.
Really?
Nothing.
Nothing?
You can't spread anything. Zach, you
grow. It's not illegal to grow, is it?
You work in the grocery industry and also very well involved in the church. So pretty much everything the governor says, you've got some tie to.
Yep.
Your son, third grade?
He'll be going in second.
Second grade. So between school, food, and business regulations and church regulations, you just been having a ball this year, hadn't you?
I have. Yes, I have.
Well, this week here in North Carolina, they're had a bunch of announcements here. Basically, this past week, they've told us you got to wear a mask again. They've said they're couple of different plans for school. Some they may be going half weeks, half online. The Athletic Association today in North Carolina just announced that they're pushing back the school year as far as sports until at least September 1st. That was just announced today. So I don't know, Hunter and Zach, if that means they can start playing games on September 1st or they still have to wait 2 weeks of practice until the 15th to start. So that is already putting a dent in our plans for the fall. If you want to know how many games that was supposed to affect, we've got 2 games scheduled already in August 21st and 28th on KTC Broadcasting. Well, not 2 games, 2 weeks of games. We've got a grand total of possible 6 or 7 games in each of the first 2 weeks. So we're going to lose 12 to 14 games worth of business. I don't know if we're going to lose it as much as they're going to maybe push it back a couple weeks. The NFL schedule, guys, or if they're going to cut off weeks of play, if they're going to push it back, if they're going to try to play. Honestly, I've been saying for months, and I know you guys know this, that they probably should push it back to January or February just to be safe, not to be 100% safe of everything going on, but like, again, we talk about this all the time, guys, that we don't have a line of what the line is to cross. So is the line going to be, so when do you stop the games? Is it one kid with it and a whole team has to stop? Is it one kid with it and only he has to stop playing? Is it a whole team is going to have to forfeit games? Is it, so I where the lines are, and we're sitting here July 15th. Games are supposed to start August 21st, and if, like I said, if the goal is for nobody to get it at all, you have to push it back. But if you're gonna say some people are gonna get it no matter what we do, then there are ways to do things. But Hunter, as let's say you're a parent, or Zach, let's say Judah was a football player in 11th grade, and your principal said, "Well, Mr. Mayu, he can't sit near people in school, and he can only come twice a week to school. But Friday night, we need him to tackle people from another school so we can sell some hot dogs and some gates." If they're not going to have fans, what's the point of making them play? Because instead of pushing it back to the spring, because you're not raising money.
You're not getting your revenue.
You're not getting your revenue unless they're going to go to an all pay-per-view thing. And then are you going to say us as public high schools are going to use these kids' name, image, not even name, image, likeness, but use their labor basically to produce money for the schools? And
then if you go to a pay-per-view aspect of it, does that mean you're actually going to have to accept us for broadcasting your games?
Hunter, we don't want to get into that.
Oh, I know.
We've talked and been approached about the possibility of pay-per-view. Our biggest concern is the schools doing it themselves, and cutting us out altogether. Especially this could be a reason for them to use that as an excuse to not have people in the press box, to not have people at the games. So there's a lot of speculation on that, of where and what and how that would be. But again, we don't know any of it really. And to me, instead of us speculating every 2 to 4 weeks, it would seem to better just be, hey, we're going to play football in January. I mean...
Oh, well, I think everybody would benefit if somebody just came out and put something in concrete, put something in writing and said, look, this is what's going to happen.
Why does football need to be played in the fall? Can you think of a legitimate reason other than tradition?
I was going to say, other than tradition, no.
Right, and we've talked on the show before, football and basketball, I think, is about impossible to play in this type of environment, to where if I can't go pick up my food at a restaurant without wearing a mask, how can I tackle somebody or guard them on the basketball court without rubbing up against them, sweating on them, all that other stuff? We've all played sports. So to me, the baseballs, the softballs, maybe even volleyball, especially golf, that's, we don't have to touch each other playing golf. A lot of those sports, I think, Hunter, they should pretty much sit down and write down all the sports in North Carolina and be like, these guys don't touch each other, they can play in the fall, and just switch spring and fall. I guess that affects some of the recruiting.
It affects recruiting.
Why does North Carolina care about the colleges? The state of North Carolina.
But see, if we're speaking only on the high school standard, then yes, it would only affect recruiting, but even then, so what? They have those few months off for the summer, then they just go in fall anyways. If the college was to play in the fall, where it affects everybody else on the other hand is why the colleges have their big question mark around it. One, because they were talking about it's like the idea January, February, March for football at college. If they push it back that far, that would be their consideration of spring. Really, that's dead of winter into early spring. That's all that says to me. A lot of the schools there are like thinking weather would be a factor. The only real ones that are going to be affected by that bad of weather, though, are the northern states. You're talking playing football in 1 to 2 feet of snow in some states up north.
17 weeks to a regular season. Hunter, do you think they could cut to maybe an 8-week regular season and then the playoffs to a total of 13?
That's one of the options are for the NCAA.
Well, the NFL,
college football.
What the NFL's trying to do, Zach, what they're going to do is, so if they cancel, say, this first week, they're moving it to the back.
And see, this is
keeping all the dates in place because of plane travel and all that. High schools don't have that.
And see, college and see, professional can do that. You know what? That's their job. They're getting paid to do that. Colleges, and it's in high school especially, we say it all the time. They're not paid professionals. Some of them aren't even getting paid at all.
The most important thing is that they're in school.
School and their education.
So right now, 99% of football players on a roster don't make the NFL, do they?
No.
So
this is
they
your
be
opportunity
happy that they have more time in the classroom and they can raise their grades and do better. So I can't wait for Nick Saban to come out and say this is a great opportunity for our kids to learn. Is he going to say that?
No, he's not going to say that. He's not going to say that. But what I'm getting at as well is with the college aspect of it, you would just have to shorten the season because then it would run what they're afraid of. And this is not academics. This is for the athletes. How many kids are going to sit out knowing that they're going to be draft prospects? Combine is in April. Well, if you're ending in March, they're only going to have a few weeks to get ready for the combine and then even get ready for the draft, which is actually, no, I think it's the combine's in March and then draft is in April because they do the draft in April and I'm always excited for it. So for me, I don't see really a big problem with if the high school aspect went to it. If you're the college teams, yeah, okay, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. I think travel becomes really an issue there. I know the Big Ten and the Pac-12 have come out and said it would only be interconference games anyways. The SEC and other conferences, I know the SEC today said that they're going to push back fall sports to start in September, except football. So the SEC right now is planning on trying to get this started. All right, they're trying to get this thing going. We're trying to start it on time. And it comes down to the fact that it's revenue-based 100% television-wise. That is all that it is. They know that they're not going to be able to have nearly the amount of fans that they have in the stands that they are usual. And all of the stuff that I've read and all the stuff that I've heard is that the way college athletics is set up is that football is 110% king because you take that revenue to pay for the other sports that don't make nearly that revenue. So you're talking maybe more sports cuts across multiple colleges if they don't get these college football season.
I think some of that is that's a lie.
I don't know if it's a lie, but I think it's a facade. I think it's a facade.
Because think about it. If and I may not know the exact details, but let's say, kids on the women's soccer team, they got scholarships too, right?
Oh, I know.
Well, that scholarship money just comes from the education department. Mm-hmm. It's not coming from anywhere.
Right.
So what money, let's think about this. What expenses does a women's college soccer team have? We've got uniforms. The field's already there. The balls are already there. The nets are already paid for. So you basically got maybe new uniforms and travel, right?
Well, uniforms, travel, and then coaching staff.
Right. So the most expensive probably goes to the coaching. And then you got travel, of course, and uniforms. So that's basically your money. So for that standpoint, they've got to be able to come close to being able to self-supporting themselves a little bit in that. And granted, that brings up a question, Hunter, of what sports should colleges even have, because you're not making money at it, and if you're not making money, your football team's not even supporting it. Like say like Harvard or some of these other ones, they've got more money from donations and an endowment than they actually do from sports.
I know that.
Like Stanford with what was it, a $3 billion endowment or $28 billion endowment?
But that more
11 sports.
But then that really pushes home what I think it is that college athletics as a whole just needs a complete overhaul.
Yeah.
It needs a complete overhaul. If you are so reliant on one,
not play certain sports.
Should they not play certain sports?
Say,
would a North Carolina team have a hockey team?
Should anyone outside the Power 5 even have football teams?
Well, if the way it's set up now, they have to because that's draw.
That's how they make money.
That's how they make money.
Let's say if that wasn't the case, like, well, should North Carolina, just because they have a girls' soccer team doesn't mean Appalachian State has to have a girls' soccer team. See,
right?
Pick any sport. Is my badminton, rugby. Right. There's a lot of sports that some schools don't have. So, yes, you could probably cut some sports that you don't really necessarily need if all they're doing is just to get kids in there. Like what's the point of a softball team or a volleyball team in college? Other than to win a national championship for the school and make money for the school, like
you make a good point. There's not many.
There's
nothing really after.
Right. There's nowhere to go.
I mean, volleyball would be what?
If you're
competing at the Olympic level.
Right. But That's what 6 girls.
What are you going playing
How many
overseas? I don't because I don't
people
just
make
see
the
a
volleyball
professional
team?
volleyball league here in the United States. I
Right.
mean, we don't really. There might be a professional softball league somewhere. I don't know. For women, we just don't see
That's
it.
kind of my point on the money.
I don't know.
thing.
I guess,
Yeah.
but what I meant by it just needs a complete overhaul is it starts with the word that you said, endowment. All these schools have millions and some of them have billions of dollars in endowment money that is supposed to be, if we have read the definition and interpreted it correctly, to benefit the school and the growth of the school, and essentially it's a rainy day fund.
Right.
Okay? And like I've said, do you really need that third or fourth science building over one of your athletic programs that's even getting some of the kids in there for scholarship-wise? Look, because we know not every kid's got the grades to get into college. Sometimes a scholarship is exactly what it takes to get in there. I'm not saying badminton needs to be in there. I'm just saying stop focusing so heavily to where football is the end-all, be-all moneymaker to support all of your other athletic programs. If you want to have multiple athletic programs, then you need to pay for it out of pocket with your endowment money. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have the Stanfords that are cutting a wrestling program. They're cutting a kayaking program. If that's what they want to have, Stanford, then it shouldn't matter how many tickets you sell at the gate for a football game. Because think about it. They play, 12 games on a year.
6 home games.
And then
roughly.
6. So essentially, you're hoping that those 6 home games bring a crowd to be able to bring in that amount of revenue, or your TV money comes through because you were able to be on TV that week. Not the couple $200 to $300 million, some of them $1.3 billion endowment that's just sitting there for, maybe we need to build another student facility. Really? You really need another student? Why don't you do this? Why don't you renovate that student facility?
Yeah.
Hey, whew.
All right. So, staying with college, Zach, I don't think we got into it really much last week, but we're talking. We did Saturday. I know the Big Ten and some of these other schools are going conference only play. I have for years and months on this show. These shows have said for years, I don't understand why they haven't done that from the beginning.
Right.
If you have 12 teams in your league, why wouldn't you play 11 regular season games? Football is the only sport that you don't play all the teams in your conference. You
Right.
play teams from other conferences.
Right.
In basketball and baseball and every other sport,
You play them twice.
you play almost everybody twice. Some teams only once. But for the most part,
You at least play people within your conference division twice.
you play
Everybody
everyone.
once.
Yeah, you play everyone
Once.
in the division or in your conference. And football just blows my mind. Well, so for example, someone say, well, the SEC is great. Alabama is great. Okay, well, let's go through the teams and let's go down their schedule. All right, Hunter, tell me if
Alabama plays in the weakest division of the SEC.
tell me if this is a great team or an okay or bad team.
Are you talking about the schedule?
We're going to go down the schedule.
Is it this year's or last year's?
This is this year's.
This year's, okay.
USC,
That would have been all Alabama.
Georgia State.
All Alabama.
Don't say who's going to win. Tell me, is this a good program or bad program?
Good. Okay, well, I'll go
you know
back
what I mean?
to you.
Like,
Okay.
Is this a national powerhouse? Put it that way. National powerhouse.
But see,
that's my question.
That's a big question mark because then they'll say USC of past. I'll be like, well,
No, I'm
USC
talking
of
about
today.
now, right
no.
now.
USC of
USC is a
today is
national
a
powerhouse.
dumpster fire.
Is
No.
Georgia State a national powerhouse?
No.
Kent State.
Oh, no.
Ole Miss.
No.
Arkansas.
No.
Mississippi State. Tennessee.
No.
LSU.
Yes.
UT Martin.
Nope.
Texas A&M.
No, not this year. I'm pretty sure
But they
just
can be.
They
You
can't.
put 'em on
They
the-
can't. I don't know because I think this year they
Them
got
and
hit.
USC
I think,
and the Maybevilles.
I think Texas A&M just got hit with sanctions.
and Auburn.
I don't know how much. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. So 3. I'll be fine with putting 3 if you want to add Texas A&M and Auburn.
So, Zach, the powerhouse, most greatest football team of all time, plays 3 games.
Yep. Because the rest of them, that's chalk.
So so what you do is you announce to the world, our conference is better, but then we don't even play people in our conference.
Well, let's do this then. because I heard somebody say, what if you did this? 10 conference games, only one cupcake game, and you actually have to play another Power 5 conference. So if that's the case, leave USC on there. Who would we fill in?
We're going to take these off. Yeah, with conference teams.
Yeah, who would?
That's exactly what I was about to do.
Yeah,
Hunter.
let's fill them in with conference teams. So we'll leave USC, and who's the first one that they play at the cupcake? Georgia State?
Yeah.
We'll leave Georgia State. So their opening week, it's a Power 5 conference. The next week, you kind of get ready for conference play by playing a cupcake. There's your Georgia State.
So then all you're doing is replacing. First of all, Hunter, I want to back up out of that. I don't like this at all. I don't want them to allow them to play any.
You don't want them playing any out of conference.
No, why should you? Why should you play Georgia State?
Why have a conference if you're not playing your conference?
Exactly. You're going to go on national TV and tell everybody that your conference is so much better and greater. And then when you play out of conference, not only do you not play out of conference, you play out of division.
Yeah.
Well,
we're not even playing. They're not even playing.
That goes back to me talking about how these schools need to figure a new way to deal with their money. Because I said it last week. It's not Alabama's problem that Georgia State needs money,
right?
And that Alabama pays Georgia State to play them. That's Alabama doesn't have to worry about that. But that's just how it is.
Nothing's stopping these schools from giving these student athletes scholarships without them being student athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a rule that says you can't give these guys
just a
scholarship?
No, because there's scholarship students at universities everywhere. They don't have to necessarily play ball.
They run around themselves so much. But this is so stupid to me because this is Alabama's out of conference schedule. USC, Georgia State, Kent State, UT Martin. That would be different if it was USC, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and give me another. Well, that was a Pac-12, so one from each one. Who's
Big? Okay, we need a Big 12. Say they play Oklahoma State.
We'll pick a bad Big 12 team.
Kansas.
We'll put Kansas in there. Why is that not way better than Georgia State, Kent State, and UT Martin? Then you might be able to have some bragging rights. Then you can compare and say, "Hey guys, but if you're so good, play these teams." This pisses me off to no end because you can replace Georgia State, Kent State, and UT Martin again. Let's go through.
Even Kansas's head coach now has beaten Alabama before. It's Les Miles. Les Miles used to be at LSU.
Just play interconference.
Funny thing is that.
And then Terry and Tom Zach sat there and said, "Well, how are we going to figure out who the winners are?" I'm like, the conference champion. Like they've already got the whole system set up, but they don't use it, and it's so aggravating for people who aren't fans of the sport to sit here and you can sit here and brag about Alabama being good when, okay, all four of their outer conferences are cupcakes. Then the other half of their SEC schedule, which is supposed to be so awesome, are cupcakes. So there's 8 games of cupcakes.
I don't think SEC is the. I mean, they got 3 teams.
The SEC is top 3.
That's what they do every year.
The SEC is top 3.
Alabama, Georgia, Auburn.
But
who else? There might be a couple. LSU. There's 4. So I mean, you can look at.
I mean, I could list maybe 5 or 6 that'll be top 10 consistently. But if you're talking about who's just got a national championship odds, it's 3, maybe even 2, because LSU lost so much last year.
I mean, it's just to me ashamed that they play division. They play down in the divisions. Like that's just so.
I think
so stupid.
Well, what I would say to people that say, well, how can you figure out who the conference champion is this? Look, okay, so you can still
championship.
Yeah, the conference championship. Yes, but
that's what it's for.
But you can still have this if you want it. You can still have your SEC West and SEC East. Just instead of playing those 4 cupcakes, you got to play SEC East opponents. I mean, because then Alabama is going to be forced to play Georgia every year, maybe Florida.
Will they not make more
year.
money playing those games too?
Oh God, yeah, it would all be regional.
Like why would
it would be so regional?
It would be so much better
People
for
would
Alabama
travel
to play Florida. They don't even play. They don't play
Listen.
Florida. They don't play Kentucky.
And
not only that,
and 2, now that we're in the playoffs, it ain't like going to affect your 1-2 rating to be in the national championship, because if you can get the top 8 teams in, that's usually your best teams in the nation.
They get mad
anyway.
and be like, well, we play a hard team or a good team. We play Ohio State. But going from Ohio State to UT Martin, there's 150 teams between there, right? Like
too many.
Play Northwestern instead of UT Martin.
You know what I've never understood?
Play North Carolina instead of
think
Clemson.
about it.
You play somebody that's got some 3 stars instead of some 0
think
stars
about
on the
it.
whole team.
What does the NFL usually do? The Super Bowl winners got the hardest schedule the next year. Usually, more than likely, they've got one of the hardest schedules in the league. What is college football? It's another cakewalk next year, boys. We'll be lining
They
up
only
for
have
back
to,
to
they
back.
really only have to, regular season wise, they really only have to prepare for 3 games.
Think about that.
Alabama, yes.
Alabama.
yes.
He has to,
I can't-
They have to work hard three times.
But
and
we
then the
can say
playoffs.
that
They can
about-
beat them on talent.
But see, we can say that about the Power 5 conferences because think about it. Who's challenging Ohio State really in the Big Ten outside of Wisconsin? Like, really challenging them. It's not Michigan. Michigan gets damn dog-walked every year by Ohio State, it seems like.
All right, here's Carolina's schedule. UCF.
Tar Heels?
Yeah.
That's actually, UCF is good in
No,
their
it's-
division.
no,
No,
decent
this
matchup.
is the Rams. The North
Don't give me
Carolina,
that
North
shit.
Carolina Rams.
Don't give me that shit. I was so mad last night. I was
The
fuming.
North Carolina Rams, folks. They're coming. They are.
No.
This right here is going away. No more Tar Heels. Did you know that, Zach?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't believe that'll happen. I don't believe that'll happen. Mm-mm.
Hunter, all I have to say is these are your people that's doing all this.
Your people,
This is your age people.
they can fuck off.
Like
I do not. No, don't get me started.
For the
about
folks who
this
don't know
North
about the Tar
Carolina.
Heels, that it's because it's tied to the story come out during the Confederacy of how tough
Did I
it
not
was
talk
in-
about this last week too?
right of how tough it was in North Carolina.
Monday. Sorry.
That now that anything that has anything to do with anything in the past whatsoever is getting erased. And there's already people complaining about that, and all these other names, and like folks have said, is that once you open the gate, where do you close the gate at? Who are you allowed to close the gate on? So
This is the one where they need to close the gate and say sorry, not sorry, sorry, not sorry. What if? And I tweeted it. I was serious. I was so enraged. If you can twist it to however you want it. The Tar Heels. Oh, it's only in reference to those of the Civil War. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the original origins. That's when the name got big because the soldiers were therefore referred to as Tar Heels. I get that, and we were part of the Confederacy at the time. But they refer to us as the Tar Heel State. I'll give Tom credit because he was right. I mean, in reference, we were called the Tar Heel State prior to the Civil War. So if you're just going to single something out and not even look at a full history, not even look at the original origin, then you're trying to twist the narrative to where it will not fit the politically correct times now. I guarantee you poll every North Carolinian and poll everybody in the United States and ask them, do you think the name Tar Heel is offensive? Some people are going to be like, what the hell is a Tar Heel? They're not even going to know. Like, it's not been an effect. Like, it's not affected anybody until 2 days ago. God almighty. And I made a good point, because think about it. Obviously, we're religious. Zach, could we not say the same thing about the Duke Blue Devils? I mean, I don't know about the name devil. It's in reference to some sort of satanic. I'm obviously a Christian. That offends me. It's satanic to some point. Just the name devil.
It doesn't matter. But today's society, your opinion doesn't matter.
Exactly. So it's bullshit,
so-
and y'all can get that shit out of here.
The Blue Devils thing.
Cut this. I want to put it on Twitter.
The Blue Devils thing. I've always made the point, just joking with my Blue Devils fans, like, you guys sit in a small little room of 9,000 people and yell "Go Devils" at a rat-faced cussing gremlin out here on the court, and just talking junk and having fun with it.
Yeah.
And here we are, Hunter. Here we are.
Look, and I'm gonna say this. I hate that I even brought that up Monday because, damn it shot me in the foot talking about the Tar Heels. I didn't think it'd be real. I didn't think it'd be real.
But Zach, I want to go through some of the names that are questionable for fun. This lady, of course, went and did a story on the Texas Rangers and how they're involved in basically the illegal immigration game, so they're not allowed. So the New York Rangers were named after a guy from Texas named Tex, and now that's how they got their name. So Rangers may be gone now. The Pirates, Cavaliers, Buccaneers, Raiders, and Vikings all owned or transported slaves at some point, so they're all gone. The Celtics, that's a white supremacist logo. That's a white dude. Anything with a white dude is got to go. So that means the 76ers. Zach, our country was born in 76. That's not a good thing. It's not, according to these people, this isn't a good thing. So that's got to go. Ben Franklin's part of their logo. We know he
got to get rid of the
him.
76ers. You stole the land from the Native Americans.
I mean, what is more white supremacist than a big W on your logo, Hunter? And a white dude with a W on his chest. That's the Wizards logo.
You fought against the British. How dare you?
The Wizards logo has a W with a
what
white
did they do to you? How dare you?
The Clippers. Do you know what those are the names of the ships?
Yep.
So the Los Angeles Clippers. Bye-bye to them. How about the Knickerbockers? That's what slave owners wore. People wore back then. Not just slave owners, just pretty much everybody wore their Knickerbockers. Cowboys, of course, shot the Indians. The Spurs hurt horses. You know, can't have that.
Yeah, shit.
The Nationals are colonialists, so, you know, colonialism is bad. Get rid of that. The Mariners, that's another ship. Nope, not too much to think about. Royals, it doesn't get more white supremacist than Royal.
Yeah, well, you're...
Royal.
Wow, classism at its finest.
And
Royals.
Bernie the Brewer, Mr. Padre, Mr. Red, and Mr. Matt and Mr. Red all grew up at a different time. I'm positive they're all racist. Is that what we do? Is that what we do? I just come up with it.
I just want to watch sports.
That's what I'm fucking saying. That's what I'm saying. Why do you have to take the Tar Heel that we all have associated with the Ram at this point? Where Ramsey comes out, you know it's the Tar Heels. Yeah, they use the tar on the heel logo every now and then.
North Carolina Rams.
I don't sit here and go, I'm proud to be a Tar Heel because, damn it, we fought in a Civil War and we didn't back down from them damn Yankees. I don't say that shit.
I just want to watch some good sports. And I want to see some Tony Stewart racing.
Like, God Almighty, God
He's
forbid.
bringing back to Arkansas.
Yeah, that's what
God forbid. Let's just take all
Stay
the
off the
nicknames
track.
away, and it's just the University of North Carolina versus the University of Duke.
So we're close to that point.
There you go. It's going to be Bessemer City versus Cherville. It ain't no names.
Well, it's going to be like soccer teams, where you're going to have the logos on the jerseys.
Unless
it's gonna be the
somebody nips it in the bud, and this is the opportunity.
Well, it ain't. You just Redskins sure ain't doing it. They're
no, I know. That's what I'm saying. The Braves kind of did by saying we're not changing our name, but then they're going to look at the tomahawk chop.
What if the Redskins? I mean, that's what I think. Like, think about what if they come out in the next few weeks, and they decide they're putting the FedEx logo on the helmet instead.
Then that's soccer. Then welcome to.
That's what I'm saying.
Welcome to football.
That's where we're going to be. Is
I mean, the NBA's already doing it. And look, I'm a soccer fan.
Have the logos
I'm a soccer fan, but the NFL's or not the NBA's already doing it with the patches on the jersey for it's all money. It's the money controls it all. We forget that sports is entertainment business.
Right.
So it's sport, it's money related everything.
So we were hoping to get a name or something for the Redskins. A lot of people
2
like
months.
it seems like Red Wolves and Red Tails are the two favorite that everybody's saying.
Did that guy put in a trademark on Red Wolves or Red Tails?
He did.
I think
make a bunch of money.
I think the logos, helmet, merchandising will look absolutely amazing with wolves if you can do the wolves somehow.
I think so too.
Y'all can really make that not look good. You can incorporate even. Think about the feather. You can put a feather on the wolf.
That's
you can
exactly
leave the
right.
circle and put the wolf. We put the pig in it, but
listen, wolves were like revered by Native Americans, so you can almost pay homage that way.
The one of the Indian tribes come out. I think it was the one that they originally did the Redskins from. I think they said
it's the Blackfeet tribe.
Code talkers is what they asked for, but I don't think that sounds well.
No. All right, let me get you straight on that. Navajo are against the name Redskins. They want them to change them to the Navajo Code Talkers. Yep. The Navajo Nation is against it. The Blackfeet is not. The Blackfeet Nation is the one who created the logo, created the name, and the
creator's son came out and said, "We hate to see the logo go because his father created it."
The logo was created after the chief, so you can look at a picture of the chief. And then look at the Redskins logo. He's got a bent nose, just like the. I mean, all he did was right. All he did was draw a cartoon character,
and a really good rendition of it too.
Right, and so the guy that did it was part of the Blackfeet Nation, and so that's what those folks are. They want to keep it. I think he said something about the name may be okay to change, but if you're going to change to the Red Wolves or Red Tails, isn't the red the problem? Wasn't that the original problem to begin with?
I think red and skins being pushed together. Yes.
So if you're not going to keep skins and do some type of skins like we did with the pigs, the Redskins that way, why that's not the part it's the red description of the skin. So, but why even mess with the name? Why not just do the Washington Wolves?
Well, probably because
why even keep the name red?
Dan does not want to mess with the color scheme. He wants to be able to keep the burgundy.
I'm not a Redskin fan. I like the red and gold look.
I'm fine with it.
I think
Red Wolves
they changed all the
names.
They've been so horrible for so many years. They changed the name. Might help them out a little bit.
I hate their colors.
Okay.
I hate burgundy. I think that's the worst color ever. That's what you want what burgundy is. I'm crossing the line here.
Brown cut, like brown red.
No, it's bloody poop.
We had
that's the color I
okay.
I told you. That's when I say USC. Why does burgundy always have to go with yellow too? It just makes it worse.
We had yellow.
I don't know
and black.
what we go with it.
We had yellow and black as the Pythians, and then my first year, and then second year we started with the gold and the red.
Technically, I think it's funny that they're wanting to go with the Red Wolves. I'm like, well, shit, if you just want a red dog, call them the Foxes. Why don't you not just go like the Foxes? Red Fox,
you
Red
can do a
Wolves.
lot with the Wolves, like Kevin said. You could even put
could
the
even
shields
just,
on.
You could even
with
just
eyes,
be the Wolves.
Here's the thing: if you change colors, then I won't know what I'm watching when it's Cowboys and whoever y'all are.
You're right.
If you keep the colors and do the wolves or the tails or something, as long as you keep
he wants
your
to
colors,
keep the colors too, because that's the last thing that the fan base, like, without that being like a completely whole new franchise.
Yeah, if y'all are blue this year,
if we're blue, it's like who?
That's a franchise.
What was? Yeah, that's a new franchise team. That's exactly whoever was in the running for being the next franchise city. Sorry, Washington just flip flopped. They traded up for a new franchise. No. Like, if they can keep the color scheme in Washington, then that at least gives a fan base, okay, I know who I'm looking at. And you know what? I'd be fine with them keeping the color scheme. The problem's just going to be, what's the name going to be? I ain't got no clue. I don't know. Red Wolves, maybe. That's the one I'm pushing for. I would like the Red Wolves to really be a cool name, because I think, obviously, with how they do designs today and how some of the uniforms are and the helmets, I think, like, going back to what Kevin said, I think the merchandise would be sick. I just think it'd be really cool. And I think a lot of teams could use a revamp on their uniforms and their logo designs. And I was, of course, not offended, obviously, by the Redskins or the logo at all. I never even looked at it that way. But if we're going to revamp it, I kind of want it to be something fucking cool. Yeah. That's just me. I want it to be cool.
I mean, I like the Wolves. Zach, real quick, I asked Tom this Saturday.
When I think of red tails, I think of like a bird. I don't like it.
I think he was born just a few years before you. He was born in 1978, right? Mm-hmm. In your life, have you ever heard anyone to use the word Redskins in a derogatory manner? And
other than football, I've never heard it. Unless it was talking about a potato.
Well, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
let me take it out.
Let
me take it outside of that. Just other than football. Now, that's the second question. Have you ever heard it other than represent or talking about the Washington Redskins? So, I'm not saying. So, we'll say you're 10 years old. So from 88, let's say from 1990 on. So in the last 30 years, neither one of us or us three have ever heard anyone use that word in a derogatory manner.
And guess what? We live in the South.
I've heard thousands and millions.
They want to claim it's nothing but racism down here. We live in the South, and I ain't heard nobody use that in a derogatory way.
I've heard thousands and millions of people yell, "Go Redskins!" And I've heard thousands and millions of Cowboys fans say, "Fuck the Redskins!"
Especially in Panther Stadium, there's a lot of Redskin fans down here.
Hunter,
yeah.
Hunter,
it's 50-50.
What was the Redskins' last victory?
Last victory? It was here in Carolina.
Tom was there. I think Tom was at that game and they were chanting "Hail to the Redskins."
Yeah, I went there. I went there and watched the Redskin game, and we actually won it. But it was 50-50. I guarantee you, it was at least 40-60.
I don't know. This all just spurs down to if you are a sports team, you better drop the nickname now because they coming for your ass, whether you like it or not.
The last game the Redskins played was the Cowboys, and the last one they won was the
Panthers.
So I'm gonna pull up that game. That was also we're gonna kind of get over into some Madden talk about that. That's funny. Mm-hmm. So Washington won that game 29-7.
Wow.
We ran the ball fantastic that game. Darius Geis was before he got hurt again. Adrian Peterson was out there running the ball hard.
What did I say? 29-7. It's 29-21.
Oh,
they were 5-7. The record of the Panthers fell to 5-7. That was in the middle of their 8-game
That was-
losing streak for the Carolina
If I'm
Panthers.
not mistaken, Dwayne Haskins' first victory.
Yeah. So
We ran the ball like crazy.
Darius Geist ran for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns in that ball game. I was going to I'm pulling up another one here real quick too, because we was talking Madden earlier. So let's get into that the Madden ratings.
99s have been released.
What I can find out, they've only released some of them.
Okay.
Because the wide receivers you can't find the good wide receivers. You can find the 75s.
Okay.
So I'm thinking they said July 17th. That must be Friday. Friday at 7 they're going to release the rest.
Okay.
But we have some stuff to work with.
Basically, what I want to do is just complain about how dumb this stuff is. So, for example, Christian McCaffrey's a 99.
Yeah.
He was given the 99
Overall rating as a running back.
overall rating as a running back this year. And I just want to want you to follow along through some history, guys. This is dating back to 1999 is the best I could come up with. This is the 99 and 100 club. All right. So these guys has been ranked 99 and 100. I'm only going to name running backs. Barry Sanders was 199. I'll argue with that to the day I die. How are you 100 and you can't you can't score touchdowns from the goal line? They got to give it to the fullback. Like he's the most overrated. He was good. He was great. He had great feet, awesome feet. But if you need 2 yards, Zach, you give it to Barry Sanders?
No. Well, and we've talked about this before. He's either going to be a negative or a positive on either play.
Now, if you need 2 yards from the 50-yard line, I'd give it to Barry Sanders. But if you need 2 yards from the 2 at the near the end zone, there's about 50 different backs I'd give it to.
In front of him, absolutely.
Hell, I'd let Tebow or Cam take it before him at the 2-yard line. Dude, he just didn't get in the zone. 100 overall, 2,000. Mike Allstott at fullback.
That's
What a
disgrace.
beast.
Deion Sanders was 100 that year too.
He was a
I wanna
beast.
mention him.
I guess for his.
I'm about to
I guess
say,
for his.
What a beast.
I guess for his
Was that what- that was his
position,
Buck days?
I guess for
That was his Buccaneer
I guess for
days?
his position, I guess you could justify.
100 in 1999.
I give him 95.
Club Shay Shay got a 100.
Club Shay Shay.
100.
Oh, Shannon Sharp.
He admits
Really?
he admits he wasn't a good blocker, and he got 100. See, I just tells you the ratings. You're like, who's doing
Oh,
this?
Club Shay Shay.
2001.
They don't
Nobody.
give. I don't think they give anybody 100 anymore.
No, they don't. 2001. Nobody made 99. Shannon might have been the last group. There was a bunch of people in 99. So the last one I see 2000 is the 100. Was Barry Sanders, Deion and Allstott. The year before that was Barry, Jerry Rice, Shannon Sharp, Mark Chimera, Tony Baselli, and Deion. 2000, let's go one that was not a single player with 99. 2002, Marshall Faulk. So write Faulk down. And we've got Barry Sanders.
Well,
We're doing
you
running
could put
backs.
Michael Vick at 110 that one year.
Right.
What,
I'm just doing-
2007, whichever one he was on the cover of? Yeah, it was the
was
Michael Vick.
110.
That was a Michael Vick experience.
Marshall Faulk was 99 back-to-back years. Larry Allen got it in 2003. 2004, Marvin Harrison, Terrell Owens, Ray Lewis, Brian Dawkins, Derek Brooks, Adam Vinatieri.
99s.
99s.
Adam Vinatieri don't miss.
2005, no running backs. 2006, no running backs. 2007, no running backs.
Was that the Michael
2000
Vick year?
What, 2007? That's
Yeah.
Peyton Manning.
One of those was Michael Vick's year. Did they not put him out at 99? He was a Madden cover guy.
It's not on those. 2008, LaDainian Tomlinson made it in 2008. So Tomlinson,
That's a beast,
Yeah.
man. That's an animal.
he made it 99 too. 2010, no running backs. 2011, Chris Johnson.
CJ2K, baby. Chris Johnson. CJ2. That was probably his 2,000-yard
let's
season.
see. Adrian Peterson
Mm-hmm.
in 14.
That's a workhorse.
So Peterson in 14. And this year, of course, we'll be adding
Christian McCaffrey.
McCaffrey. So, Zach, according to Madden, we've got to name our Mount Rushmore team right now.
Oh, my God. Of running
According
backs?
to Madden.
According to Madden. The
According to
greatest
Madden.
running backs in NFL history.
The
According to Madden,
99 running backs.
Since 1999, the greatest running backs in NFL history are Marshall Faulk, Barry Sanders, LaDainian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson, Chris Johnson, and Christian McCaffrey.
And from there, we have to do a Mount
Am I not? Does I not sound like an idiot reading McCaffrey's name with those guys?
McCaffrey's been in the league,
And I
what,
wouldn't even
3-4
put Chris
years?
Johnson up there with him. I mean, Chris
He
Johnson
had 2,000 yards.
a great year.
And he might
A
have
great
the
year.
all-time. Chris Johnson had 2,000 yards and may have the. I think he's got one of the top two. Is it 3?
40
40s?
times? Yeah, he's got the top two 40 times.
40 times, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
In
fast.
draft history.
But he had a really short.
No, he didn't have a
Career.
long career, and he didn't have a great career. But that 2,000-yard season,
Tomlinson is a
Whew.
discussion for one of the best ever.
I think LaDainian Tomlinson is probably one of the best running backs ever.
He's definitely top
He's-
10.
he's-
I think you're probably looking maybe somewhere between 5 to 10. depending on
Adrian Peterson
who you
is
talk
going to be
to.
on that. Adrian
I like
Peterson will always
Peterson
be on
because
that.
of Peterson's style. I don't think he's even in the same tier that Tomlinson is. That's just my opinion.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, Adrian Peterson, people can argue he's one of the greatest running backs.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely.
I think 4 of those are,
Sanders
and
is
2 of them
definitely
aren't. Barry Sanders, Marshall Faulk,
Yep.
Tomlinson,
Marshall
Peterson.
Falk can go
Yeah,
down
and then
as-
CJ2K
Yeah,
and Christian McCaffrey are
You
off
could
there.
almost make an argument that Falk had a better career than Tomlinson.
Falk and
They're
Tomlinson are right
pretty
there, the same,
equal.
pretty much
Yeah.
same. And McCaffrey's in that
I would
vein.
put Falk and Tomlinson above Barry Sanders.
Shoo.
You're speaking blasphemy to
I
some
know.
people.
Trust me, I know. But what did they offer? What did they offer in their versatility?
I've said this for years. It will always play throughout my head. The LaDainian Tomlinson versus Larry Johnson year where they were both going for the Russian title.
Larry Johnson was good that year.
God, it was good.
Chris Johnson had 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons. He had a 2,000-yard season, of course, in his second year. I mean, just think about that. One other thing, the running backs, they get screwed.
Oh, have you seen
carries.
the free agents that
Yeah,
are
they
getting ready
ride
to
'em.
hit this year?
Right. The free agent. Here's how they do a running back. You get 200 carries your junior year in high school. You get 200 carries your senior year in high school. A lot of hot dogs sold. And you get 200 carries in college for 3 straight years. So now you've had 1,000 carries and you hadn't been paid a dime yet.
Yeah.
All you've got is the ability to check out books from whoever's making you run the ball, their library.
Then you get drafted in the NFL and you don't get paid.
Then you get drafted in the NFL. Your first 3 years you're not paid. There's another 600 carries.
Then they say we don't pay running backs.
And then after that, after 1,600 carries, you may be up for a big contract. And then, like you said, some guys don't get it, and some guys do.
They say, you're already a little bit long in the tooth.
Let's say you get 3 years of your big contract,
And if you get Zeke money or McCaffrey money,
so that's 600 carries.
Well, then let's.
Says now we're at 2,200 carries, and you play 3 more hundred. Let's say
Well,
you play 3,000. You have 3,000 carries in your high school, in college, and everything career, and the only time you're paid your value is for 600 of those 3,000 carries.
I want to think, but then let's think about it. Okay, so McCaffrey's the 99. I don't think we agree with that. What would you put him as? Would you at least put him in
I'd
the
put him at
90s? A 90?
I'd put him
Well,
in
I need
90.
to know what the other running backs are.
Or the
I would
what was
put.
it?
I've got him up
The
right here.
second closest to him was a 93, and it was Derrick Henry.
See, Hunter, the problem.
And Derrick Henry was the rushing
Derrick
title.
Henry was 2. He was 93.
The problem that Zach, see if what you think about this. The problem with Madden that they have is that when you give a guy a 99, let's say McCaffrey is the best running back in the league, and they give him the 99 because he's the best running back. But that 99 in 2020 isn't comparable to the 99 in 1998.
Right.
When people look at it and be like, well, Barry Sanders and McCaffrey's both 99, but if you're the best smelling turd in the toilet bowl, you're still a turd, right?
Yeah.
If you're the best tasting piece of poop in the toilet, you're still a piece of poop, but you might taste better than the rest of
I
them.
don't know if I'd sit here and just call him Christian McCaffrey poop.
That's
but-
not what I'm saying. The analogy is that you may be better to everyone else in your sport now, relative now. But that 99 compared to a Barry Sanders 99, to me, that's not the same thing. So when you say, what should McCaffrey be ranked? If I said overall in NFL history, 90, 88, something like that,
Well,
maybe
if we
92.
do overall, then yeah.
So,
okay.
But if you're comparing him to the rest of the league, and you got to start, well, the best back is 99, The second is 98, and if you do it that way,
Well,
and
shit,
that's the
they
way
didn't.
maybe,
They said the second best back is a 93.
Where did you say they had Nick Chubb at?
Nick Chubb
92.
was 92. Derrick Henry is the rushing lead, rushing
They
title.
had Dalvin Cook at 91. Was he not hurt half the year?
No, I think he was actually healthy.
He had
for a
1,100
little bit
yards.
this year.
Here,
Saquon was a 91.
Derrick Henry led the league in rushing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Chubb was second. Both of them with higher averages than McCaffrey. McCaffrey third, Zeke fourth, Chris Carson fifth, Lamar Jackson sixth, Fournette seventh.
Chris Carson's high up there because that's what Seattle loves to do.
They had
They
Aaron
run the
Jones
ball.
ranked under Saquon Barkley.
They got 16 players with had 1,000 yards rushing last year. So 16. Barkley was 16th on that list. Only 13 games he played. I mean, I would say this.
Because if you're just going off of what the running back does, but they're adding his receiving ability
That's
in there
exactly
too,
what they're doing.
which is okay. I'm okay with that. I think if you're gonna do that to me, then yes.
But here's
He's
the
he's the best running back to me in the league. If you go overall, because that's what it is. Overall, it's running ability, catching ability, strength, all that stuff. Agility, he's fantastic. He makes everybody miss. But he should not be. There's not a 6-point gap
Yeah,
between
probably.
him and Derrick Henry. And not
Right.
only that, what did you say Alvin Kamara was?
88.
They're the same player.
They're the same player. You got Christian McCaffrey at a
One's the best
99
ever,
and
and the
Alvin
other's a
Kamara as an 8, not even in the 90s.
I'll bring up two things. The Green Bay Packers are going to have a coronary. They had 89 on Aaron Rodgers.
Whoa.
No, yeah, no, yeah. I saw that.
And,
He's not even in the 90s.
Their running back got a 90. He got a higher rating than
That's
him.
the other Aaron.
Now I will say this:
That's the other Aaron.
this might be the Michael Vick of 2020. Lamar Jackson is rated at 94, and his speed is 96. He might be untouchable in Madden this year.
If you play Madden, I don't.
I haven't played Madden in
That
years.
franchise has got a
I
lot to
was
do
a
to
college
that game.
football
I've said for
Yeah,
years.
man.
I've said for years that I'm not impressed by the swing pass. It's just a dump off. It's the last resort play. I would be way more impressed when they talk about McCaffrey's numbers if he was lining up a wide out going against a safety or a corner, man to
Kind of
man.
like a slot.
Right.
slot
I don't see
receiver.
why.
guess
Well,
what?
he can do it though, but they just don't use him that way.
When they put him out, who's guarding him though? It's a
Linebackers.
He's gonna be a linebacker.
It's a linebacker.
He's got the advantage.
So
They're not pulling a safety
right.
on him.
And then on swing passes, where do you start from? 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You're wide open from the start of the pass.
No, yeah.
So the only
Nobody unless they're offsides is back there.
I would say half of his passes are caught, maybe even more behind the line of scrimmage. So it's cute, it's good, it's cool. You want your running back to be able to catch the ball. You don't want that to be your one of your best options is for him to catch the ball. I mean, Marshall Faulk was good, but Zach, he had damn Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce out there. Like that was something different.
I'm telling you, I just don't understand how Alvin Kamara is literally a
11
11-point difference between him and Christian McCaffrey.
Because nobody wanted to play with them having him in the backfield. Nobody wanted to face that.
Kamara only got 797 yards last year.
I know that was, but he was hurt.
And maybe
He got
they're
hurt.
holding that against him.
If they're holding that against him and he's hurt, I think I read somewhere apparently they do like an update week 6.
They do.
I'm like, what are you gonna bump him up 7-8 points
Might
by
have
week
to.
6? I don't understand.
Well, they did.
If
because
you just
they did
do
that,
it-
that's what they did to McCaffrey last year. Remember, they came to the Panthers game. He had like 20 yards and got shut off at the. It was his like 5th straight time of the year, or 5th time of the year he got stopped inside the 2-yard line. You remember that last year? And then the Madden people are there and like, we're here to bump up his ratings, and he's out there getting just shut down. And then he's 99 today. I'm like, why did you come to the game if whatever happened in the game didn't matter?
I just hate that if that is the case, they took that into consideration. Kamara was hurt last year, didn't quite get 1,000 yards. Fine.
Well, here's the
I
interesting
get
thing
that.
about that.
But don't sit here and tell me that when Alvin Kamara is healthy, he's not going to be within a few points shy
Let's use
than a
that as
Christian
an example.
McCaffrey.
The year that Brady lost his whole year, right? Was that
It was, I think.
08? What did they rank him the next year? That would be the question. Because if they dropped him down 11 points, then that would be, a fair assessment. But they probably did not.
I don't know what they did that year. To me, it's just I think Christian McCaffrey is very good.
I agree.
I think he is very good, and I think he is obviously a top 10. Some can argue top 5 running back in the league.
He's top 5.
I think it just depends on what you're asking your running back to do
I think they got a lot of
stylistically.
their rankings right. I think they had the top 5 right. I think they had them skewed on their percentage.
No, I think it's skewed. Christian McCaffrey's not a 99.
I give you he should have been a 90. I think a 90. I think that's fair. I think he's better than they give Aaron Jones a 90 in Green Bay.
Christian McCaffrey to me is better than Aaron Jones. Yes.
And
Christian McCaffrey, depending on who you ask, can be better than Derrick Henry because he's more versatile.
depending on what you want, your offense.
But that's what I came down to is that it depends.
Goal line.
For Christian McCaffrey, depends on what you want to do with him stylistically. He is a stylistic running back, if that's even a term you can put under a running back. He's not a ground and pound. He can get you to the outside. They use him like how they should have used D'Angelo Williams all those years. Somehow, some way, when Jonathan Stewart came into the Carolina Panthers, they flip-flopped it. They had D'Angelo Williams trying to run up the gut and Jonathan Williams going out for stretching pitches.
Right.
And I was like, I don't understand this. You got one guy that's leaner and a lot faster in D'Angelo Williams, and you have Jonathan Stewart, who's thicker and is okay running between the tackles. I didn't get that stylistic at all. Whereas Christian McCaffrey, they know what they got now. They can get him on a stretch. They can maybe get him on a counter. In between the tackles, if it's a short yardage gain, I'm not necessarily going to say he can't get it, but it's going to be a whole lot harder for him to do it than a Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah, I'd give it
than
Henry.
a Nick Chubb.
That kind of goes back to the Seattle Super Bowl.
Yeah, Marshall.
You're going to throw the pass, or you're going to give it to Marshall Faulk.
Marshawn Lynch.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I meant to say that.
Yeah, you're going to throw it, or you're going to give
it
it to Marshawn Lynch. I mean, I don't know. A 99, that means you are the creme de la creme. You are the cream of the crop, okay?
And if you're a 99 that year, you need to be a Hall of Famer.
I mean, I want you to think about it. Christian McCaffrey didn't even win Offensive Player of the Year or rushing title, and they gave him a 99. Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl, and he won the MVP the year prior, but even still, he could have been an argument for MVP again if he doesn't get hurt and miss those few games, and Lamar Jackson doesn't have the hell of the year that he does have.
Right.
So I understand Patrick Mahomes. Aaron Donald, people argue him all the time. He could be the best interior lineman, if not the best defensive player in the league.
He sucks too.
Who?
Aaron Donald.
The times that I saw him play, I wasn't as impressed as I thought I would be.
Metrics say otherwise. If it's
He choked on a giant hot dog in the playoffs this year in the Super Bowl, didn't he?
Who, him?
Didn't he get no sacks this year or last year?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm talking about in the playoffs.
Oh, maybe in the playoffs.
I remember them
know.
pointing it out
because he didn't play in the playoffs. He didn't play in the playoffs this year. Rams
that's
didn't
true.
make it.
I'm talking about they got beat by the Patriots, 13-6.
Oh, I don't know. But all I know is this year I heard the number when he was the second closest to him was 17%. He was at 22.5%, and that was successful rushing to get the passer. He bulldozed every offensive lineman that was in front of him. 22.3, I think, was the percentage he got there. The next closest person was 17%.
I want to take a minute, Hunter, while we got it, and let's say hello to some of our viewers and followers today. Facebook's the way they do it is kind of weird for you folks, some of you folks. We share the broadcast on multiple pages, so folks are commenting on the pages rather than the video.
Right, and it's everywhere.
So we are missing some comments here and there. If you're not commenting on the main video part of it and you're commenting under it, we're trying to keep up with them and check all of our pages, but I want to say hello to Will Boykins and I think it was Hannah Stain Subtle over on the WLON page for tuning in. Jeff Coleman, Tom Sinofani, also on the KTC page, and Jackie for you folks checking in. D-Ray, Richard, Betty, and Summy. Thanks for tuning in, commenting, and checking it out as always. Like and share. That's the best way to get around the YouTube algorithms. We're getting
same with Facebook,
highly outpaid. We need to look into the YouTube, switching back maybe to YouTube or did you know that on our Anchor I can upload video now? So I don't know how that's pushing that out. I was going to try it. So folks, we're looking into maybe even pushing this onto our regular podcast channels, the actual video part, Hunter.
Right.
So I'm not exactly sure how Anchor distributes that to, because I know Joe Rogan joined Spotify. They had to have been going to some video. So that's where we're kind of thinking they may be going. So for right now, we're going to stay on staying on Facebook is the best way to get to our local audience. The YouTube audience is more national. So we're trying to do our best to get to our local audience, talk about our local teams, local sports, have you guys, but like and share, share to your page, share to a friend's page. Folks, we try to do our best, talk sports, and we do stay out of politics most we can.
As much as
every
we
now and
can.
then it sleeps in because it has to for the time we're living in and what we're doing. But I do want to thank everybody for that. In just a few moments, we're going to have another NASCAR minute. I'm going to get that set up. And because we got to talk a little bit about that for this weekend. But back to what you were saying, you guys were getting into there with the Madden ratings. It's the players that they have beef with it because some of them thinks it affects their money and how their playing time and things like that. But it's hard for what I was getting at with the thing about being comparative, say 99 now to then is. They also have to keep up with the facade / idea that today's athletes are bigger, faster, stronger. So if you rank out the athletes now on their all-time rankings, they're going to be so much lower.
Yeah.
If you really did it, because you can't come out and say if you got to give a running back 99 or 98 somebody that, because if not, then everybody's in the 80s, right?
Well, they did the same thing with the wrestling games. I don't know if you played any of the wrestling games, probably not, but they come out and you had Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan, and they had Flair rated at an 89, and then you got that year's Triple H is a 99. I'm falling out on the floor. Or you got the Rock and Roll Express that comes out and had them like at a 78.
Yeah,
78, and they had their tag teams that were like low tier, and they were 90s.
Which
I'm like, this is the Rock and Roll Express.
What game was that?
WWE 2K.
Oh, so they got the Rock and Roll Express on some of the newer games and stuff. That's pretty cool.
And
Yeah,
but they got them ranked as hot garbage.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think technically in the 2K series, NBA 2K, the best the best player that you can play as and have on your team is Miami Heat LeBron. When they won it, I want to say against the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's statistics across the board. That's the best player that they have is LeBron James.
Yeah.
And some people can argue, sure, but then other times you'll look down and be like, well, why isn't Michael up there? Why isn't Magic rated as high? So I can agree with that statement where it's like they're playing into the ploy of, today's athletes are bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. It's like, you want to know the one thing that's come a long way for athletes that probably helps that? It's nutrition.
Right.
I mean, you don't have athletes now in a game and eating 3 or 4 pizzas. No. You sure as hell don't see athletes now drinking beer and smoking cigars.
I want to go over this with you just for a second. Okay. So I pulled up the just for what you said. You were saying like today's athletes faster, stronger. And that's how they supposedly rate them, right? Mm-hmm. So with the wrestling game, The Rock, which is Legend character, he was a 93, right? You had Brock Lesnar as a 93. You go to Shawn Michaels, 1997. He was a 97, but he was a 92. But you have Seth Rollins this year at a 92. Seth Rollins is not nowhere near that. We're not even getting down to Hulk Hogan was a 92. You have AJ Styles at a 91. Triple H 01 is a 91. Sting 99 was a 91. Flair doesn't even get ranked until 13th, and that was his 1998 Flair. He was a 90. They got another 91 Sting down at a 90. And you go way down here at the bottom, Andre the Giant's an 87. So you're trying to play these great big characters, and they're way low on their rankings. I mean, they had Dusty Rhodes at like an 80. He's supposed to be a legend, so it drives me crazy.
I did see a little thing about Dusty. Watching the Cornette stuff, he was talking about he had him on his, I guess, NWA Mount Rushmore. Mm-hmm. There was somebody else who he was arguing about the WWE needed Mount Rushmore was Santino. Rocco Santino?
Oh, Bruno Sammartino.
All right, I never get that name right, so whatever. Anyway, he was really high on him.
Yeah.
So
he was the 70s champion. In the 70s, he was the whole champion. So.
Put that on there. I think that'll work right when I hit it. Let's see if it starts. Folks, just hold on. I'm going to hit a button real quick. It may start up. It may not.
They make their way towards.
Yeah. Oh, okay, we're good. I'm ready for that. All right.
All right.
So yeah, all right, Zach. So you're talking about on the wrestling stuff. So Hogan, you said Shawn Michaels 97.
No, I said the 97 Shawn Michaels.
Gotcha.
The highest rated they had this year was a 93, and that was The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back up now. I'm scrolling back because I was looking through them. But they had, Shawn Michaels rated at a 93, I believe it was. I can get way back up. They had him at a 92. He was third best player
There
on
ought
the
to
game.
be a way on the games to be able to cut your own wrestling promos. And wouldn't that be funny?
I mean, they had the 99.
Put Hunter's head on Braun Strowman.
They had the 99
No.
Sting rated at a 91. So I mean, it's just. Undertaker ain't even really rated on here. He's not even top 10.
Oh goodness.
He's like 14th.
All right.
Anyway,
Anything else on the Madden ratings?
I'm just ready to see what they do with the rest of them. See who else they put
it
in the
looks
99.
like to me that they come out with some of the big players, and then the rest of it was rookies because they brought Joe Burrow out, Tua, all those guys. Joe Burrow was a 76, Tua was a 73.
Still nothing on Dak Prescott yet.
Dak
Hunter?
was an 84.
As of
today.
right now,
Sorry, he's supposed to
no.
sign his contract today, maybe.
I've not
don't think he
seen
signs.
anything. I don't think he signs either.
I think it threw a wrench in both of them's plans with Patrick
Mahomes.
I think it reset both of them to go back to
I don't
the
know
board.
if it. I don't know if it reset Dak with what he wants and what his agent thinks he deserves. I think it threw a wrench though for what Jerry Jones and them want to pay him because they're like, oh,
They got an
shit,
insurance
look
policy.
at this.
I agree with Kevin.
Look at this.
I'll take Andy Dalton in there and just see what he can do throwing the football to that crew.
If you're going to increase the salary cap by $40 million and you can only pay your quarterback $1 to $10 million and you can spend 40 on defenders,
Here's what I want to say. Here's how I want to say.
I would spend
Okay,
all my money on
so
defense.
if we had Dak and Andy Dalton on an equal playing field, same money, I'll take Dak. But if you're at that difference in discrepancy, I'll take
You
Andy
take
Dalton.
Dak?
I'd take either one of them.
If it's same money,
I think they're the same player.
age, but you got age to go factor into that too.
I think
You're
Andy
like
Dalton. I think
25
Andy Dalton's
versus
arm.
32.
I think Andy Dalton's arm is way more pure than Dak's. The only thing Dak's got on Andy Dalton is,
I've lost my
I'll
internet.
admit this, Dak is athletic.
But you're talking about $33 million a year.
Dak is a better throwing Tim Tebow with his right arm.
difference.
Well, right now,
Difference.
it's 33 times more money too,
Yeah,
because
that's what I'm
Dalton's
talking
only
about.
getting $1 million.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's astronomical. So you could really, if he signed a 1-year deal, you got him for 1 year. You can just load up, and then if he plays good, then he's not going to garner $40 million.
Who?
Andy Dalton,
No.
if he played good, he might come back
listen.
and get 20.
Even I'm gonna say if Andy Dalton plays a great year this year because he has to come in because Dak wants to sit out, whatever. If he plays a great year this year, give him a $10 million contract. Give him maybe a $20 million, 2-year, $20 million. So that's $10 million a year. So
And
what?
you was talking about running backs not getting paid a minute ago, and I noticed that Deion Sanders' son is hitting pretty high ratings on some of the stuff. He's a quarterback, and Deion's probably sitting there telling him, "You're not going to be a running back. You're not going to get in the quarterback position." We talked about it with Chase Daniels sitting as even if he's a backup, he's going to make more money. He's going to make more money than when he starts running back.
$10 million.
So
Yeah.
it's just smart choices.
All right, we're gonna take a quick NASCAR break while we hit the potty and this is audio from Kentucky this weekend. Cole Custer with the upset win, setting off a string of excitement in the KTC Broadcasting Studios. That is Tom and Calvin's favorite driver for some reason, and Custer wins in the 41, folks. This is a quick minute or so on some NASCAR. When we come back, we're going to discuss Sunday's race, tonight's race in Bristol, and let's see, Puig to the Braves.
Yep.
A little golf and more in just a few moments. So here's some NASCAR for you. Sounds from this weekend.
They make their way towards the start-finish line, and the green flag is now waving for the Quaker State 400 with a big push from Eric Almirola. Kyle Busch has a slight lead from the outside in turn one.
Now here comes Kyle Busch. trying to work down the bottom of the racetrack, but Joey Logano's got that lane blocked. He'll have to stay up high, but he's going to lead all four. Side-by-side battle, that's what it is, as they work their way down that green wall of the backstretch. Blaney down at the bottom of the racetrack, digging as hard as he can, but Harvick's going to get the advantage off the hill.
Ryan Blaney said he's happy with the car this run, but there is a little bit of concern in the 12 pit. As a little while ago, the car jumped out of gear.
Eric Almirola will get the green and white checkered flag, wins stage number 1 in the Quaker State 400 by almost 5 seconds over Chase Elliott.
Joey Logano has started on the inside on all 3 restarts today, and he has a nose ahead of Eric Almirola as they head into turn 1. Matt Benedetto pitched down on the inside of the 3rd spot. Chase Elliott in 4th outside.
Kevin Harvick is going to go right up underneath the 18, but he gets a little bit loose, and that's going to open up the door for Cole Custer to get around Harvick. We need to watch this right here because Almirola is getting caught behind a few lap cars, and that is slowing him down, and guess what? Ryan Blaney's taking advantage of it. Almirola was going to hang on to the lead at the bottom, but here comes Blaney on the outside. He makes a pass. New leader off 4. Almirola was going to hang on to the lead at the bottom, but here comes Blaney on the outside. He makes a pass. New leader off 4.
Logano gets a really good run at the exit of turn number 4. It looks like he'll take over the 2nd spot, but he's still nearly 3 seconds behind your leader, Ryan Blaney.
Car going around. Matt Kenseth has spun over here in 3 and 4. He backs it up next to the wall. Everybody scrambling to get around him, and that is going to bring out a caution flag here. Matt Kenseth.
Keselowski gets the nice jump out on that outside lane, drops right down in front of Ryan Blaney.
Keselowski up high. Blaney now turns hard to the left. It's a drag race down to the start-finish line. Keselowski will win stage 2 by a half a car length over teammate Ryan Blaney. Green flag is back out. Keselowski gets a quick jump from the outside.
Ryan Blaney moves up the track with them there, trying to get into the PJ1. They're going to be neck and neck, the 12 and the 2, coming up on turn number 2.
Kyle Busch's car slides up the racetrack. Now Kyle Busch loses it, saves it. Amazing off turn 4.
Truex looks to the inside of Brad Keselowski. He noses ahead at the stripe, but does Keselowski have enough momentum on the outside to come back?
Keselowski washed up high out of turn 4. Now he gets stuck almost behind the lap car, Timmy Hill, and almost runs into him, and that lets Truex get the pull off of turn 2 on the low line and set sail to the lead. New leader, Martin Truex Jr.
We've got debris along the front stretch here, and that's going to bring out the yellow and a car in the wall.
Yeah, that's Austin Dillon. He got turned around. There was a confusion down here about who was trying to get onto the pit road. Looked like Michael McDowell was trying to get down there, and cars almost collided, and Austin took his car and went around there. He got a little bit of the wall.
Up front, it's going to be Martin Truex Jr. To his inside, it's Ryan Blaney, who can win the dash down to turn number 1. Green flag is in the air. In the second row, it's Kurt Busch and Brad Keselowski.
Jimmy Johnson on the move now, trying to get to the 3rd spot. He's down to the bottom of the racetrack. Meanwhile, up front, Truex hanging on.
Car the wall, trouble in turn number 2. It's John Hunter Nemechek, smacks it hard. Smoke trailing from behind the Ganmar Ford.
Jimmy Johnson is pushing Blaney hard, and now Jimmy Johnson is turned by Brad Keselowski. Johnson's car spins completely around, and the yellow flag is back out.
3 wide for the lead. Here comes the closer, Kevin Harvick under Martin Truex Jr., who's stuck in the middle. Ryan Blaney's up top, and it is a scramble with Brad Keselowski down low. 4 cars for the lead.
What a battle. 3 wide behind Kevin Harvick. Harvick out front. Nobody giving an inch. Everybody staying in the throttle all the way into turn 3. Now it sorts out. Harvick's got the lead. Got a car going around right over here. It looks like Matt Kenseth has taken a spin. He's going to go through the infield grass now. Locks it up. Managed to stay out of the pit wall and off of the main wall. Caution again at Kentucky.
Harvick to the outside, a slide advantage, but Truex now pulls even into 1.
And they are fanning out 3 wide behind them there, but Truex has the advantage in turn number 1. Let's see if Harvick can be wound up high, and Cole Custer leading an outside line with Ryan Blaney in 3rd behind them.
Harvick's got the edge down the backstretch. He makes a crossover move. Truex now to the outside. Harvick back to the inside. Down to the bottom of the racetrack. Truex mounting a charge on the outside. Harvick goes up to block, but here comes Truex.
And now to the bottom, Ryan Blaney, 3 wide at the exit of turn 4. Truex has the advantage. Harvick's in the middle with Blaney, and now 4 wide as Cole Custer goes around them in turn 1.
And there is contact between Ryan Blaney and Kevin Harvick here as Cole Custer is shot to the lead. Harvick's got a tire rub, and Harvick's going to fall back as Cole Custer leaves the field.
Cole Custer battling down the backstretch in that number 41, out next to the wall. He's got a 2-car length lead over Martin Truex Jr. Down to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Custer up on the gas as he drifts off 4.
Can Cole Custer hold off Martin Truex Jr.? The answer is yes. Cole Custer will clinch his first Cup victory here at Kentucky Speedway. With 2 laps to go, he hangs on and wins it.
This is unbelievable. First win. I didn't think we were going to come here and win. I was looking for a solid run, and pretty unbelievable.
The highlights of the race presented by Coca-Cola. It just doesn't sound like summer without a Coke. Let's keep it cool. Enjoy summer. Enjoy Coca-Cola.
And that was a NASCAR Minute by MRN.
I was about to walk down the hall for a second. I gotta ask Dad something real quick. Get my hat back on. My hair's messed up. Let's see real quick. So NASCAR. Let's talk NASCAR because that was our NASCAR Minute. You guys heard from Kentucky there. Well, I can't pull up my internet. Zach, you guys were talking about the internet not working. I'm losing. I can't pull up the cars, Hunter. I want to pull up the pretty cars and the number placements. They changed the number placements.
Yeah, change.
Yeah.
I have a buddy that works on a pit crew, and I saw him tweet this the other day. And I was like, man, I wonder if you can even tweet this. He said, does anybody else think these paint schemes look like garbage?
Yeah, some of them don't. I tell you what, Hunter.
I was like, man, can you say that? Like terms and service?
I'm gonna get the internet going, up and running. Why don't you guys, real quick, since we got time on that, get into the Braves. Puig, Markakis, should be a good season, maybe be a good season, but 60-game sprint, is that bad for y'all guys? And now that Brian McCann's there, y'all can bat flip all you want with Puig and jog to first base.
Yeah, so while you get that figured out, we'll flip over to baseball really quick. So it is today, Yasiel Puig is expected to sign with the Atlanta Braves. They obviously had a spot they needed to fill in right field with Nick Markakis opting out of playing this year for the Atlanta Braves. Obviously, Markakis is opting out for multiple reasons. One was the fans not being able to be there. That kind of had him on the fence. And two was Freddie Freeman obviously catching the coronavirus. And then Nick Markakis talking to him and saying, you know what, I've played a great career so far. I've played for quite a while. It's not really going to be worth my health. So you know what? I mean, I can't knock him for that. We all have choices. I'll say this, though. I'm not sure Puig will be able to replace what Markakis brings to the field. But even in my heart, I know right field really ain't that busy in the major leagues like left field is. So that's okay if that's where they put Yasiel Puig. I also thought
DH.
I was
exactly what I was.
I was also about to say that. I was about to say even then. I'm pretty sure everybody has to adopt the DH for this year anyway. So Yasiel Puig come on in here with that big bat. He batted 260, like 265, 267 last year. It was a high 260. Not great, but not bad. So to me, it seems like we're doing with Yasiel Puig what we did with Josh Donaldson, who I wish we should have just retained, and that's a bat for hire. We're not really We're not really bringing him in for his defensive efforts. We're bringing him in as a bat for hire. Offense is what I guess the name of the game is going to be. I'm fine with it. How you feel about it, Zach? I'm fine with it.
I mean, he's going to bring a lot of energy. I'll say that.
Oh yes, quite a bit.
I hope no bad.
Right.
Bad.
I think I said that earlier. I was like, if they ain't, or I know we were during the MRN.
When I saw it, I'm a Braves fan. I thought it was going to be great for us because that's just adding a piece to an already good team. That's the way I look at it.
And if you look at it, technically Puig is still young. Yeah. Like he's not an old player. If he comes out here and produces, I know he had some trouble with the Dodgers. Yeah. He was
Cleveland for a while.
He was a journeyman between Cleveland and Cincinnati. I can't remember where he started with Cincinnati, then ended up in Cleveland. Yeah. Now he's obviously signing off a deal with the Braves. If they can just keep his head on straight, I think it'll be fine. When Puig burst onto the scene the year that he came in for the Dodgers, he was supposed to be the next big thing. And then obviously dips and turns, his attitude and whatnot. People were almost giving him the Terrell Owens type deal where it's like, yeah, he's a great talent, but damn, you don't want to be around him because of his attitude. So they kind of just shipped him off. If they can keep him under control, fine.
If we can get a World Series, I'll be happy.
I'll tell you what, exactly. If we went in this, and I know you asked it as well, 60-game sprint, why not? Why not bring in someone that's going to generate offense? Yeah, why not?
Y'all
it's a
sprint.
To
Charlotte to win the championship.
It's a sprint.
Well, if the Braves moved here, I'd be happy.
I've contended that for years. You got to move. You got one in Boston, one in Milwaukee, one in Atlanta. You can't win anymore until you move.
Gotta move.
Move to Charlotte, Myrtle Beach. Something.
Look, that's fine. But I think, seriously, I think our roster is just as good adding Puig than if Markakis was in the roster. And like you made the good point. Like I wasn't even thinking about it that way because that's how they've referenced the Puig signing is he's going to replace Markakis in right field. I didn't even think about it. So what? Yeah, throw him at DH if you don't want his fielding skills. You can pull up.
He's got a cannon though.
He does have a cannon. He does have a cannon. I don't know. I'm fine with it.
He had one. I can remember one.
Cannon don't matter if you don't catch it.
You're right. I remember one of his throws, and it just reminded I like to watch somebody get thrown out from the outfield. That's one of my favorite things in baseball.
Two of the bigger arms I've seen in baseball from that field, obviously for what I've seen. Obviously, I'm the youngest one here. I thought Hayward.
Yeah, he
had a huge cannon when he was in Atlanta, and he had a big one, obviously, in St. Louis and in Chicago. He's one of the bigger guys, obviously. He's tall. He can really throw that rock. Yoenis Cespedes, he's got an absolute cannon. Good Lord, he's got a huge arm. I think Puig's got one of the larger ones, too.
Yeah.
Ichiro, Vladimir Guerrero, and Rick Ankiel. Everybody forgets about Ankiel coming from the pitcher. He went out the outfield. I don't know how many people tried to stretch doubles and triples on him, and he hosed people from the wall. One of the best highlights I've ever seen is baseball is him picking the ball up. I think right at the wall and turning and hosing the guy at third base without the cutoff man.
That's just that's one of my. You talk about what you like to watch. That's one of my favorite plays to watch.
Watch an outfielder hose somebody.
Yeah, just throw a cannon.
Hose somebody out at third or home.
Yeah, the catcher don't have to move, or the baseman don't have to move, and he just that's awesome.
Another Atlanta player that had a big arm when Francoeur played, he had a huge arm from the outfield.
He did.
He really did. But I know this is obviously, we're Braves, a Braves affiliate here. I think it's got. Are we picking up the games that are getting ready to start up here?
Yeah.
Okay, so be sure to be tuning in and listening to that here on our stations.
If they start.
That is a good question. If they start, what is it? It's about a week away, isn't it?
I think we talked about this before.
Was it 23rd or 24th?
I think they got the best shot at making it work like NASCAR did because they can stay separated a little bit. So
well, Major League Baseball's already got it set up to where it is. If you get it, you're just gonna have to go sit and wait it out. They got a 60-man taxi roster, 60 players they can pull from to replace somebody with.
I mean, because the way
each team has that.
The way NBA's going, we're going to see J.R. Smith be the leading scorer for the
Lakers,
the champion.
I'm so scared about that. I really am.
Who they just signed Jamal Crawford the other day for the Nets. So.
The Nets signed.
They were going to be
Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith.
You're rubbing against somebody the whole game. Defense.
Oh, I know.
Football is like Kevin said. You're rubbing against somebody the whole game. Baseball can do it.
Football, the least they can do is put on sleeves and gloves.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're going to do. Did you see the new mask? Did you see the new mask?
Yeah, we talked about it Monday. Yeah,
I don't know what that's.
JJ Watt said if it's implemented like mandatory, you won't see him playing.
The baseball you can stay away from each other. You would think basketball
for the most part.
Football, everybody but the quarterback could probably wear gloves and sleeves. I mean, I don't see why you can't make people wear thin gear, but you sweat straight through it and rub each other on. So I don't know.
In between plays, or not in between plays, in between coming on and off, you can wash your hands on with Germex.
Let's get extra timeouts and we'll go bring sanitizer out.
Hunter, why would Mr. Tech Man real quick? We've got two internets here.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I try to connect to the other one, it'll disconnect. It'll come back to this one, and the other one I'm getting internet off of, and this one I'm not. Am I not totally disconnecting from this one, and it's kicking it back?
It's probably searching for whichever one it can connect to.
Let's forget that one for now.
Yeah, so if you forget it and you only force it to recognize one, it might not, because it won't flip flop back and forth between them. Because think about it, that's like a fail safe in case one goes down and go over.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Dude, it's Chrome. I don't know what Google thought they were doing, making their own operating system and a laptop. But I will say this: you spoke on it earlier about how North Carolina's giving people options now for schooling. I mean, parents are used to going and doing clothes shopping right now. It don't seem to be the case. Some parents are going to have to go and get laptops or tablets or something just so they can do the online instead of clothes. Instead of spending $200 to $300 on clothes, they're gonna have to spend $200 to $300 just on a piece of equipment, just so that their 5th or 6th grader can do online math. I mean,
all right. So I have finally gotten switched over to the other internet, and I've got internet running.
They probably
now.
were just interfering with each other. The receiver couldn't make up its mind which device to connect to.
So, let's go over some keys and information. Here's your lineup: Truex, Bowman, Blaney, Haley, Harvick.
That's the All-Star race tonight?
Kenseth, Busch, Custer, Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Newman, Logano, Elliott, Jimmy Johnson, Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones. Winner of stage 1 is 17th. Winner of stage 2 is 18th. Winner of stage 3 starts 19th, and the fan vote winner will start 20th. That's the winner of the Open. The Open will consist of McDowell, Amarola, Bell, Stenhouse, Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Byron Busher, Bowyer, Denna Benedetto, Dylan Priest, Yaley, Smedley, Poole, Huff, Hill is out. Gay, Suarez, Nemechek, Dylan, and Corey LaJoy. The choose rule, Zach, you ever heard of it?
Yes.
We talked about it last week?
Yes. We did not, but I've seen it this week.
All right, so they're going to the choose rule for the All-Star race. Folks, I'm pulling up here's your paint scheme, Zach. The logos and the numbers, folks. You wondering what's going on? They are trying this out for the All-Star race. I wish they would have shown them with the lights underneath them.
Oh, yeah.
Their ground effects. That would be cool because why, Hunter, yesterday, I think NASCAR's missed a terrible opportunity here.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, or yesterday, at least, they should have had these cars with the lights on, lined up, going around Bristol for some shots. You know what I mean? Even if they drive them around at 25 miles per hour, you're still getting the lights underneath, preview, hey, come watch tonight.
And you know what they should have done? Well, this would go against the stay-at-home rule.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that, whatever you're about to say.
You ought to send them down the strip in Nashville.
Yeah.
Just to get people
They're
excited.
6 feet away. You can drive a car, can't you?
I'm talking about the amount of people that would want to see it.
Right.
It's again.
Oh,
it's
those
not a,
people wouldn't
It's
be
not
6
a
feet away.
protest, so therefore that kind of gathering can't happen.
Okay.
There you go.
Where's the NASCAR Monster Energy 1? So basically what they're doing is trying to get the main sponsor on the side of the car to give more money. So maybe sponsors will want to be in more, I guess.
I can't believe they're having some major sponsor problems.
So they've made the numbers slightly smaller and moved it to the next to the rear wheel. So some of the drivers, of course, their biggest,
that one don't look bad.
Some of the drivers, their biggest questions is, the single digit cars, I don't think are going to have a problem. Wait till we get to the doubles. Some of the folks like say for Jimmy Johnson fans out there, the question is, I could always turn the race on and see a yellow 48.
Yeah, that's what you always
in
look
a crowd.
For. Yeah.
You look for your driver in the crowd. And I can always turn on and see that yellow 48. For years when he went to the white 48 and the blue stripes, I was like, God, I can't find him.
And they're switching up so much now.
Week to week.
Yeah,
right.
a different color every week.
So, speaking of that, Bubba, we'll get to that in a minute. Bubba Wallace added a new sponsor.
I hate the Oscar Mayer stuff.
There's the 6 car, Oscar Mayer, Food City 8 car, Universe 9, Eric Amarola's in the 10 car. FedEx, there's Denny's car.
As much as I hate Denny Hamlin, I always like that scheme.
I do like that paint scheme.
He's been really good.
There's your body armor, Zach.
Really
there's Ryan Blaney in the body armor. Woo woo. And the Geico car 13, Ty Dillon, has got the camel on the side of the car. The Geico camel. What day is it?
Well, it is.
They're racing on Hump Day. That's why the camel's there. There's Rush Truck Center's Clint Boyer's machine.
That just looks like a jumbled mess.
This is the 15. Remember, everyone deployed. Who is 15, Zach? I can't read that.
I have no idea.
I don't know if 15. 17, Chris Buescher in the Fast and All 17 car. He'll wreck somebody tonight. There's the 18 M&M. He really didn't do anything.
No, but I like that's my
They just made the number small. Didn't they already have the M&M kind of on the side a little bit? What you are noticing, Zach, what they had to do is the smaller sponsors is run by a non-profit organization, and they've moved them around on the cars in different spots, basically depending on where the logos are and everything. There's your 19 Bass Pro Shop.
Their stuff.
Craftsman Tools in the 20. Menards 21.
God, I hate that. That looked ugly.
Here's Hunter's favorite driver, Joey Slogano.
Oh, Slowy.
And the Pennzoil 22. There's the William Byron mobile, the 24 Exalta. It's kind of weird not seeing the 24 without either flames or rainbow or something in it, Zach. So I didn't even register for me for a minute.
I didn't. I'll be honest. I was like, Exalta.
I watched the documentary the other day. I text Kevin. It was really, really good. Of Dale and I don't know if you saw it. Dale and Jeff Gordon. It was absolutely fantastic.
Now, that's pretty cool.
I like this Energizer Bunny one.
Energizer car from Ryan Preece. The bunnies on the back of it, if you can see it there at the tail end. 41 car. Here's Cole Custer, the winner from the other night. Tooling.com. Stuart Haas is his main sponsor and driver. He don't even have anything. Look at all the empty white space. As a designer, I hate that.
I do too. I hate that.
I hate empty space. Empty space just drives me crazy. Craziest of the crazies. Well, this one's not decided to come. There's one I saw earlier today. There's the 42 car, the McDonald's machine. Zach, what you think about that one?
It looks horrible.
That looks awful. That looks god awful. Why do they have to single out the circle with the M? Just use the golden arches.
Here's Bubba's ride for tonight. Worldwide Technology is their sponsor for tonight. See, I wanted to see the colors of the lights that each car was going to have tonight instead of it being a surprise tonight. I'm hoping they're all different and not the same color. Surely, God, they match the paint scheme. The main one at 8:30. All the other stuff starts at like 7:30.
Because I'll be getting home about that time.
There's your 47 Stenhouse. Cottonelle. He sure to wreck somebody tonight. He wrecked me last night on my game.
Wow.
The Ally 48 car. That don't look too bad.
At least they kept with the yellow.
Yeah, I was hoping they didn't put a white.
Look at Blue
48.
Cross Blue Shield just trying to get in there.
Yeah,
I still can't get over him not being in the Lowe's. Well, when you look at it, it just don't seem right.
Think about Lowe's making that decision, just getting out of racing completely. Like they've been in it forever, and they were based in
Lowe's Corporate's Mooresville.
I was about to say they were based in Wilkesboro at one point, I think, and so the Lowe's it not being in racing is. I mean, we've got I got a 31 car of Mike Skinner, right here. I mean, they've been in it forever. This is before this is the car driven before Jimmy got to, and so. Yeah, that's just weird not seeing that. But honestly, I like the pink and purple and black. It looks good.
Yeah, I agree.
And the yellow 48,
I just can't get over the Ally being on the side of Jimmy Johnson's car.
Yeah, the yellow 48 pops.
When I see Lowe's racing, I think Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah. 77 car.
Is that Fate?
Fraternal Order of the Eagles. You know what that means? I have no idea.
Nope.
What the hell?
Is that the new red? That could be. I don't know. 88 cars, Alex Bowman, ChevyGoods.com 88.
I hope he's driving a Chevy.
There's the Christopher Bell 95. Suarez in the 96. And that may be
might be all of them.
I don't think there's
I don't remember.
99's not driving anymore. So, all right, Zach, those are your stuff tonight. We've got a choose rule. You like that? Don't like that?
I do. I have no problem with it. If you're a fan of drag racing, they get to choose, which lane. Yeah, so I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that at all. You might have to explain it to people. They might not know what it is.
The choose rule is on the yellow lap before you go green. All cars will have to line up in single file, and they've drawn a big giant arrow on the track for the folks. What did I click on? Oh, all-time race winners. They clicked on a. Crap, what was we just talking about?
An arrow.
The arrow. Yeah. Okay, so they painted a big arrow on the street, basically. Once you get to that line on that lap, you have to go outside, inside. Truex said he's never raced that before. He's never done that in his life. He said it'd be interesting. He says he don't think, Hunter, we just talked about how far back will somebody go. He says he don't think too many guys will want to give up the row they're on for that to get to the outside or inside, except maybe the first couple. He said you may see. He said he doesn't think the guy on the front row is going to leave the front row, but the guy behind him may move out. So that's to be determined. And then NASCAR, what they said, if you fail to get in your lane by the time the lap comes around, that you'll be penalized and sent to the back of the line. So that's the penalty for not getting in your lane on time. For people wondering, like, why are you even deciding? Just go. So anyway, real quick, we'll go down the list of all-time race winners. Go down through here slow. Here's your all-star winners. 85, Darrell Waltrip. Get this ad off the screen, folks. 86, Bill Elliott. 87, Dale Earnhardt. 88, Terry Labonte. 89, Rusty Wallace. 1990, Dale Earnhardt. 91, Davey Allison. 92, Davey Allison. 93, Dale Earnhardt. 94, Jeff Bodine. 95, Jeff Gordon. 96, Michael Waltrip. 97, Jeff Gordon. 98, Mark Martin. 99, Terry Labonte. 2000, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in his rookie season, Zach, wins the All-Star race.
I wonder how
that wasn't fixed. Jeff Gordon, 2001 wins. 2002, Ryan Newman. 2003, Jimmy Johnson. 2004, Kenseth. 2005, Mark Martin. 2006, Jimmy. 2007, Kevin Harvick. 8th, Casey Kane.
I was there in 2008.
I've been to a bunch, and I don't remember yet the years. Honestly,
that was the
Hunter,
only thing that gave it away because I was there when Casey Kane
I think
won
I
it.
might have been at that one because I think I remember them announcing Kane the winner of a race I was at. Now, it may have been the 600, but I'm 90% sure it's probably the All-Star. So
My uncle
we
has
may have been at the
gift
same
tickets.
one on that one. Let me think. I'm trying to remember what year.
God, it's been 12 years ago.
Dude, that was the year I think I was in Charlotte during that Casey Kane one. So that was my second year out of school. So, yeah, there was a good chance
That's
that
a
I
good
was
name
still at that
I
one.
ain't thought about in a while.
2009, Tony Stewart. 2010, Kurt Busch. 11, Carl Edwards. Jimmy won his third, then his fourth in 12 and 13. Jamie McMurray, 14. Hamlin, 15. Logano, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Kyle Larson, who will not be repeating this year, are the All-Star race winners, all-time All-Star race winners. Zach got a favorite?
Yeah, I know who I want to win, but
You just
I
sent
don't
me
know.
laugh faces.
Yeah, you'll see what I posted
I was
before
wondering.
that. You just have to read through that right quick. You'll just have to read through that. The picture's coming. That's really good. We're talking racing now, so we won't go back to that.
Yeah, I saw that the
Did you see
other
number
day, and I was
5?
like, what the fuck? Yeah, go ahead real quick.
Okay, anyway. So, but
sorry.
yeah,
I'll tell you just a second.
Bowman's raced really good this year. I personally want Kyle to win, but Bowman's raced really good this year, and
Would it be good or bad for Jimmy to get his first win in 100 races during the All-Star?
I think it'd be bad.
Not bad, but not.
That
Would you rather it be a regular race than the All-Star race?
He's in like a Tiger Woods slump.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's exactly what I.
Yes, and see that's why
It's like
to
he
me,
was the best, and then
that's
all
why-
of a sudden he just felt like. What
That's
the world
why
happened?
to me, if he wins this All-Star race, it'll be like how Kevin said, "Holy shit!" Well, isn't that just nice that Tiger Woods won the Masters?
Does that
Wink,
count
wink,
on,
hint,
I guess
hint.
that would count on the record. I mean, an All-Star race.
I honestly don't know if it counts on your all-time record or
I don't
not.
know.
You know, I
'Cause-
really
look up.
That's
It's
something
tough.
I'd have to
I
ask
hate to
someone.
be that way, but it's like this is Jimmy Johnson's final season. He hasn't really won a race in so long, and then all of a sudden the All-Star race comes around and he wins it. It's almost too good to be true. You understand? You know what I mean by that? It's like, oh,
What's
this
his starting position?
oh, this is so
Like 10.
storybook.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough because they're at Bristol.
storybook.
Wherever.
Bristol. I don't think they can do that as much in Bristol. So if you're at a big track, Hunter, you can have a
Finagle
bigger
it.
carburetor or
Finagle it.
smaller holes here and there or something like that. But you're at Bristol. It's more horsepower and handling and who's willing to bump
And
the
where
other
you're
guys.
at.
Who's willing to bump everybody out of the way. And see, that's the thing Hendricks usually doesn't do, and Penske's and them, they don't have a problem with it. Jimmy has 2 wins in Bristol. So
That's not a
he's
whole
not
lot.
out of it.
But that's not a whole lot, for him. Because how many wins has Jimmy got? 74?
83.
83. He's more than I thought he had.
He's 83.
So 2 of his 83 wins, that's low to me for that. You know what I'm saying? Well,
I
it's
mean,
not his best track.
Again, you got to remember, and it's not his best tracks. It's his not only driving style / personality. So he's such a nice guy. He doesn't wreck people. He's never wrecked people to win races. So he's
He is this.
all those-
He will tonight if what's his name
if
gets in there.
Keselowski's in front of him, he's
Yeah.
gonna wreck him.
I
guarantee.
about said Kenseth. I said it begins with the last name of K.
Put it this way: whoever you're picking tonight, it's not going to be Brad Keselowski.
No.
Put it that way. somebody from Hendricks is dumping his ass, and Logano may be gone too. Because this is the perfect race. Like,
it don't really,
if I wreck you now, all it does is cost you. You don't win $1 million.
Right.
Instead of this isn't affecting the points. This isn't nothing. But Jimmy was affected points wise, so he may be coming back the next week and be like, now that it's points, because Jimmy's on the edge of the points. He's got to win. But I don't think the short tracks in Bristol that's never been Jimmy's style. He'll win them if he's got a good car and he's competing. I mean, he'll be there. But you got to remember, one of his wins was when him and Gordon went against each other, and they banged all over the track, but neither one of them hit each other in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
to wreck each other. So they banged in sideways all the way around that track. So yeah, I don't think this will be the one. Keselowski actually won the last one, Hunter, the last race in Bristol. Hamlin before that, Kyle, Kurt, Kyle, and then Jimmy, and then Kevin Harvick. So there's the ones that have won in Bristol as of late. That goes back to Carl Edwards. Logano's got 2.
Let's give it to, if I had to pick,
I'm going Denny Hamlin.
I'm going Kyle.
He's when you pulled up FedEx cart, man, he's raced really good this year.
And Denny Hamlin, he's
Kyle's not won this year.
Denny's aggressive.
Kyle's aggressive. Kevin Harvick's aggressive.
Yeah. Kyle's not won this year, and he really needs a win.
Because see, here's the thing too, as well. If Kyle wins this, sure, it's not going to affect them points wise, but that is a confidence booster. It's probably going to save the asses of some of those crew members that you'll get chewed out. That's bad next week.
He's been in the top 10 all year though.
All right, let's have some fun to end the show. Fun tweets time. Tweets, pictures, face tweets, whatever. Zach, I'm gonna get to that yours in just a minute. This is one I found.
Oh, you're good.
This is one I found online. Oh, that's the most popular. Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I did the hate the other day, didn't I? The hate, which state you hate?
Yes.
This, and people do not believe this at all. Okay, are y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
The most popular team in every state.
Okay.
Any sport.
Any sport.
Okay?
Got it. Got it.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
Y'all want to pick some states?
Now tell me the criteria. What is the most popular team?
Most popular team in the in
this is based on data from sports, housing.
He's just going to randomly say a state.
Yes.
Right. This is based on sports data, or based on data from sports, housing, and recreational tourism statistics.
Now is it a team in that state, or is it just any
have
team?
To be.
Okay, because I was going to say
Best
for New
favorite
York.
team.
For New York, it would be the Yankees.
There's no teams in Montana, Hunter. So
True. So if I say New York and the Yankees, am I correct?
yeah.
Okay. I figured. What if I said New Jersey? Can I say the Yankees?
No.
No, you'd probably say the Giants.
No.
Is it the Jets?
No.
Please God, not be the Nets.
Nope.
It's probably a hockey team.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who's in New Jersey?
Red
Devils.
Oh God, I'm offended. It's got the name Devil in it. I'm offended.
I knew it was
I was thinking about the New York teams. I forgot New Jersey has a hockey team. I was about to say like the Sabres or somebody. I don't know. Do you have it pulled up for everybody to see?
Oh well, I'm trying to, but it was when you click on it, it went really small instead of big, and it's a big file. I don't know why.
Oh.
So anyway, yeah, Hunter. Speaking of the Yankees, you guessed them. They are the favorite team in Montana.
Huh?
Montana's favorite team.
Sports team is the Yankees.
Yes.
I don't know about that one. I truly don't know about that one. All the Midwest teams around them, I see the one for North Carolina, and I want to scream. I want to scream.
There's no way that's right.
There is no way that's right.
Look at California. Tell me, is that right?
No.
Warriors, 49ers, Raiders.
But I will say this. College teams hold a lot of credit.
That's not college.
Did they put UCLA?
No.
I thought that was UCLA.
No.
I thought that was UCLA from here, that blue and yellow. I was like, it's UCLA.
I'll pull it up here, you guys.
Okay, go ahead, just pull it up.
Wow.
You see the one for North Carolina.
There is
I'm trying to get y'all to guess. All right.
There is no way that's
favorite team in California, folks.
No way.
They
have no fans from what that.
Nobody goes to a game.
Melvin Gordon said.
So everybody online is just roasting
Wrong.
this.
Yeah,
This thing has to be wrong.
I don't blame them.
So it says the favorite team in California is the Chargers, folks.
Big miss. Big swing and a miss.
I'm going to give y'all some guesses real quick, and then we'll go
Strike
through the
one.
map. We'll go
Strike
through the map.
one.
All right.
Okay.
Favorite team in Arizona?
Diamondbacks.
No.
Is it even a team in Arizona?
Yes.
Is it the
That is a good
Phoenix
hint.
Suns?
That is a good hint, though. If I'll say that if it's out of the state.
Is it the Phoenix Suns?
No.
So it's the Cardinals.
No.
The hockey team.
What's the Coyotes?
Coyotes. Phoenix Coyotes.
Is this map right at all?
No.
Like the favorite.
Think about it. The favorite
that's
sport
in
team is the
Arizona
Phoenix
is
Coyotes.
hockey.
It's not going to be the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, or the Suns. Not to mention, we're just going to blow past the Sun Devils of Arizona State,
the Cardinals,
the
and
Wildcats of Arizona.
The Diamondbacks have won a World Series, right? Didn't they beat the Yankees? Luis Gonzalez. They've won a World Series. The Suns and the Cardinals have made it to a finals. I don't know any history whatsoever of the Coyotes. The favorite team in Nevada.
I saw it, but it's the Golden Knights.
Hockey again.
But that's really all they have until
Sounds like
now.
a hockey fan put this
Zach,
together.
favorite team in Oregon.
She put this together on.
Favorite team in Oregon.
The Ducks.
This one's easy. No, well, that's a good guess.
Supersonics.
That's wrong state.
Seattle, Washington State. Well, Trailblazers.
There
That
you
was
go.
before his time.
It's Portland.
I'm surprised.
But
I'm surprised.
but I'm gonna pat Hunter on the back. The Supersonics are still the favorite team in Washington.
Okay, I was about to say.
Over the Seahawks.
Because everybody wants the
There
Supersonics
ain't
to come back.
No way.
They want the
That's what it
Supersonics
says.
back.
There ain't no way.
The Vandals are
Well,
the
how
favorite.
much credit can we give this, given the damn Arizona team is a hockey
Chargers.
team? And the Chargers.
They're like the 10th team there.
How
that
many
would be,
people in California
They
say they're a
can't fill up
Chargers fan?
They can't fill up a
You could
soccer
put the
stadium.
Dodgers in
They
front
got
of
more championships between
You could put the
between
Raiders above them.
the 49. They got more championships from the 49ers and Golden State than
You're
the LA
telling
Chargers
me
have
that
even
Houston's
made.
got more than the Cowboys and Texas.
I wanted to flash that up for a second. All right, we're moving
Oh
across
my
the country.
gosh.
Moving across the country.
Moving across the country.
Favorite team in Wyoming? Of course, they don't have any teams. So the closest team to them is the Denver Broncos.
Okay, makes sense.
Favorite team in North Dakota?
Is it the Denver Broncos?
Mm-mm.
Is it North Dakota State?
St.
It
Louis
is.
Cardinals.
Hey, I was say
Hey, wait a minute. Favorite team in South Dakota?
South Dakota State.
Yeah.
Boy, they went with chalk on that one, didn't they? We just
Damn.
couldn't figure
Now,
out who they liked.
I'm
We're
going to
just
say this. I don't actually know if those are the state
is completely
or if it's just
awful.
North Dakota. It just says ND and SD on it. So I don't know if they're the states or if it's just North Dakota and South Dakota
I'm
University.
going to think
But
that.
either way,
Yes.
it's the
I
university.
was about to say, they love that Bison football up there.
Favorite team in Minnesota?
The
Is
Vikings.
it the Timberwolves?
Yes, Vikings.
Okay.
Favorite team in Iowa?
I don't know. Some of this shit's throwing me for a loop.
I know, right? Favorite team in Iowa?
Is it the Hawkeyes?
You're in the neighborhood, but not them.
The Cyclones?
Yep.
Iowa
That
State?
surprised me.
Favorite team in Kansas?
Kansas
It is
Jayhawks.
Kansas Jayhawks, yeah.
The Royals.
There ain't no way.
No.
Hey,
Fucking way.
favorite team in Missouri?
Kansas City?
No. That would have been fun.
It is in Missouri. But
St. Louis Cardinals.
Nope, not the Cardinals.
it's not the University of
It's
Missouri.
the one that's never won a jack thing.
The Mizzou?
The Blues. The St. Louis Blues.
They just won it.
Well, yeah. Before that.
It's a
sorry.
hockey fan that put this together.
Oh, it has to be.
Favorite team in Oklahoma?
Oklahoma City.
Sooners.
The Thunder.
Ah.
I don't think they'd be more.
Y'all said this
They're
earlier.
not
Listen,
no way
no,
bigger than the Sooners.
they're not
way.
bigger than the Sooners.
Y'all said this
but
earlier. Texas.
Ain't no way.
Houston
Astros.
Astros.
Hey, they are the most hated team. I don't know what they're talking about.
Like, if I close my eyes and pick these states, like, I wouldn't pick none
All
of these.
right.
Almost none of these. And
If
Houston,
you said Texas, I'd say Dallas.
that's not, yeah.
The Cowboys.
It's the fucking Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys.
The favorite team.
That or the University of
Cowboys
Texas.
would be a number one team in some
Zach, who-
states.
Well, that's what the favorite team in New Mexico, the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm just saying, like, it's either going to be the Dallas Cowboys or the University of Texas Longhorns football, not the Houston Astros. My God's sakes, they would root for the Rangers. Sorry, we can't say that name.
Zach-
They would root for Texas more before they would root for the Astros.
Zach, favorite team in Louisiana?
LSU.
Nope.
This is a lie. It ain't no fucking Pelicans.
It says Pelicans.
I'm done.
I hate this map.
They didn't have
had-
anybody in the stand
I'm
before
done.
coronavirus.
I hate this map.
I hate this map. And you mean to tell me
Liars.
that Milwaukee.
That's
that's so funny.
They got the Pittsburgh.
Look at the
I guarantee you the
look at
Pittsburgh one's
Michigan.
right.
Look at Michigan.
Buffalo, it's right. Tennessee's probably right.
This has
Dude,
got to be bullshit.
There is no way.
This has got to be bullshit. They have Ohio State as Michigan.
Hunter found it in Michigan.
Ohio.
It has Ohio State as the favorite team.
Alaska.
That's Boston. The Celtics.
And Hawaii is the Lakers.
Oof.
Florida is Miami.
No.
No Dolphins.
I meant to say Alaska. I meant to say
no Dolphins. No Bucks.
No Florida State. No Florida
Seminoles,
Gators.
No Florida.
No Hurricanes.
Who's in the? Who's
Miami
in Florida?
Marlins.
The Marlins.
They can't even put.
They can't
Hey,
put
wait,
1,000
time
people
out.
in the stands.
Time out. They are the most successful team in Florida, though.
They have a World Series.
Who's South Carolina?
2 or 3.
What is South Carolina?
I got at least 2.
Tell me that's not the Gamecocks.
Gamecocks, yeah.
But do you think they're more than Clemson?
And it's got
Probably longevity wise, yeah.
I'm gonna guess
Clemson didn't gain traction maybe for the last 2 or 3 years when they started winning shit.
So here's the hole I see in this.
Duke at North Carolina.
Yeah, that's awful.
That's awful.
You can ask 10 people with the Duke of North Carolina, only two or three are gonna say Duke. If you're not from the state, you don't understand that at all.
Most of them are in that area. The Tar Heel fans are down in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, for those of you that don't understand why most of us choose North Carolina over Duke, and you're gonna say, "Oh, Hunter, how can you say this?" It's an elitism thing. 100%. It's just for some reason Duke thinks they're so much better than everybody.
Well, they're paying
else.
people a lot more because they pay Zion a lot of money to come there.
The private school about him.
I'll never
forget.
It was going to say the favorite team in New Jersey was Duke.
I was going to say that about one of the Northerners. No lie, my mom told me about times that she went, because she graduated from NC State. She went to a NC State Duke game, and NC State was beating Duke. And the Duke fans started cheering, "That's all right, that's okay, you're going to work for us one day."
Mm-hmm.
And so...
The Eagles are the favorite team in Delaware.
What the hell?
Tennessee's the favorite team in...
Why would Delaware not root for their own Blue Hens?
Why wouldn't it just be Delaware State for...
The Tennessee Vols are the favorite team in Mississippi.
That's a lie. Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
They're like rivals.
It's not like they picked a pro team. Yeah, so I think something is terribly wrong with this data. It's based on data from the Sports, Housing, Recreational, Touring Statistics.
Tourism statistics.
So
what does that mean?
Now, a couple of things.
More people are going to their games?
One, the acronym for this is SHARTS.
Technically, yeah, there's no A, but yes.
SHARTS. And
SHARTS.
The word "and."
Okay, yeah, but
Sports,
usually acronyms are usually only capital letters, not the "and."
I'm just using what Barstool says. It says thank you for your SHARTS for the juicy.
I
data.
love Barstool.
They says,
I love everything Barstool does.
Thank you to SHARTS for the juicy data.
I'll say this. I sent Kevin something a minute ago.
The juicy data.
And I have a better outlook on the season this year for the Carolina Panthers. I had a great outlook. This just made it even better.
I gotta find that article.
What?
He's gonna pull it up.
I'll pull up the article as soon as I can find it. But Zach can go ahead and read you the stupid thing.
Read me the headline, because think about it.
You gotta hit this slow.
Okay, take it slow.
I can't even do it with a straight face. Top 5 NFL offensive arsenals.
Now, is Howard Bryant?
I saw this shit.
He did that, and
I saw this.
Yeah,
oh my god,
he did that, and I was
Who is smoking crack
they've
right
done all
knees?
they've done all the teams.
I'm so excited.
It's
now.
not just the top 5.
I was
but they
excited
have done
with
all
Teddy
the
Bridgewater coming, so I'm super excited now.
Go ahead.
Who is smoking
Number
this
1,
crack?
Kansas City Chiefs. That's
obvious.
pretty fair.
That's obvious.
Cleveland Browns. Number 2.
I can deal with that.
I think they're talented. I think they got a lot.
If you're just talking name recognition, yes.
Dallas
Cleveland.
Cowboys, very talented. Tampa Bay Bucks, really talented. They might be 2, and then number 5, the Carolina Panthers.
What the hell? Act like the New Orleans Saints ain't a damn thing.
We have hope this year.
The 49ers aren't a thing.
Let's think about this. So you cut Cam Newton, you signed Robbie Anderson and Teddy Bridgewater, and you're supposed to improve from 28th in the league in scoring to 5th.
I love it.
Like going to 5. Not only that's an elite offense. It's not like how do you, when you go out on a limb for something, you're usually saying, the team is about 10th best offense, might be the best. But top 5, that's elite. I mean, that's what that is.
I mean, Seattle's got a good offense, and
Carolina Panthers top 5 arsenal this year. I'm ecstatic.
How? Greg Olson's not even there anymore. All you got really for the offense is Christian McCaffrey catching from Teddy Bridgewater. Bridgewater can't throw a deep ball to save his life. Now, he's accurate as hell everywhere else. Other than that, you got DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson.
Read Hunter the top 5.
What about the Saints?
Just read him the top 5.
I told you that's what I said to you. I said, what about the
Did
Saints?
read you the top 5?
Yeah, read out
it was Kansas City,
yes.
Cleveland, Tampa Bay. Who was the fourth? I missed the fourth. I can't remember.
You just sent it to me. Tampa was 4th. Dallas
was 3rd. Dallas was 3rd. Tampa was 4th, and the Carolina Panthers was 5th.
And this is just offense?
That 99 had... What happened is when you average a 99 and everything that's average just brings you up.
Oh, I know.
Christian McCaffrey's 99 just brought us up to a top 5 offense.
It has.
How does Dallas sit above it? They don't have a 99. Listen, I'm telling you.
They don't even have a quarterback right now.
This was Andy Madden
right
rating either. This was somebody else's idea of actual
it's
offensive arsenal.
Bill Barnwell of ESPN. The Redskins are ranked dead last.
I'm not surprised because we don't know what a quarterback going to do.
But when you think about that, Hunter, should the Panthers...
Our offense ain't that better than theirs.
That's what I was about to say. Should the Panthers be 5th compared to the Redskins and dead last?
I'd tell you exactly what that was. Clickbait.
The Saints.
You got clickbaited.
The Saints.
I could argue the damn Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, but the Saints are loaded.
The Saints are loaded. Like, within your own division.
The Saints are
offensively,
6th.
you could be 4th.
We don't have a better offense than the Saints.
It's got the Saints 6th.
I didn't see anything under 5.
So are they saying that if the Saints would have kept Bridgewater, they would have been better?
Oh, my goodness.
What are you talking about? They got last year's passing leader, Jameis. That might have pushed him down to 6.
I'm going to read them. Giants are at 7.
I'm done.
Daniel Jones.
They don't even have a wide receiver.
Bills 8.
Okay. Now.
Arizona
I can get behind
9.
the Bills.
Philly 10. Rams 11. Falcons 12.
The Falcons are 12th?
Falcons 12th. Here's your worst ones.
Where's Cam?
Here's your worst ones.
Was this made before the Patriots?
Jacksonville, Miami, New York, and the Bears. Washington, Jacksonville, New Orleans.
Patriots, I guess, are middle of the pack.
Yeah, it's not. I haven't got to them.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They're
New 21. And
listen, I will say this. Cam might have Bridgewater beat head-to-head. But everywhere else, the Panthers have better weapons than the Patriots. Panthers have better receivers, maybe outside of Julian Edelman.
Well, you can't say at this second the Cam's better than Teddy Bridgewater.
Well, no, you can't. Not right now. Because Teddy's played. Teddy's 5-0.
I tried to look up his Madden rating and they ain't released it yet.
I'm not surprised.
I'm saying it's a 79.
Who? Teddy's?
No,
Cam.
I'm gonna say he's a 79. I'm gonna say they give Teddy 82.
Shit, Cam Newton, Zach. They just gave Christian McCaffrey a 99. Cam will get 87.
You think so?
Listen,
damn right he will.
Listen,
He'll get 87, 86.
Barnwell. I'm tired of this clickbait shit. Okay, the Carolina Panthers are not the 5th best offense in the league.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Hey, Zach, that's fine. But all I can say is,
where's Redskins?
We're dead last. I know we are. Whoa, we can't say that name anymore. It's Washington.
All right,
to be determined.
Here was the offensive last year. Dallas was 1st in yards. Ravens, Bucks, 49ers, Falcons, Chiefs, Rams, Seahawks, Saints, and Chargers. Those were the most in yards. Panthers down at 30, 29, 28, 17. 19th in yards. So the Panthers are 19th in yards last season. In points, the Panthers were
probably
23rd.
Dead last or something. I don't know.
21. So they're going from 19th and 21st to number 5.
I've been telling y'all, as soon as Teddy Bridgewater's jersey comes out, I'm getting it.
What, do they think Matt Rule coming in being offensive-minded is just going to happen so magically?
Y'all remember that top 10?
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland was 23rd last year in scoring. they're top 5.
They don't
the
have
Bills
any
are 24th
continuity.
last year in scoring, and they ranked them in the 7th. They had them as the 7th best offense. Last year, the worst deep offense was Washington, and they've got you. They don't know why you're set 2 years in a row. Got a new coach, new everything, new logo. Vegas is going to pump that up a little bit. Y'all gonna win some games you shouldn't have.
Dwayne's putting out a lot of workout videos. I'm kind of impressed.
If they play. All right, let me scroll through a couple more I want to point out before we get out of here. on my daughter's birthday. I'll say hello to and happy birthday to her. How about Brian Vickers? You see this? Brian Vickers' wife, Sarah Kellen Vickers, has been named as a high-level accomplice in the Epstein and Maxwell sex trafficking story. Brian Vickers, former NASCAR driver. Michael Irvin asking him, what would he say to fellow rookie players drafted on his
CeeDee
team?
Lamb.
I would tell all the wide receivers, congratulations, y'all made the Dallas Cowboys. But you will not be catching any passes this year. That's my job.
You gotta love it.
Thank you.
gotta love it.
Congratulations, you made the team.
He is absolutely awesome.
But you ain't catching any passes
You
this
ain't
year.
catching shit.
Washington Post poll, 9 in 10 Native Americans are not offended by the Redskins name. That's from the Washington Post. Did you see as far as the NBA putting jerseys on, you can't write Free Hong Kong, but you can write Kill Cops on the new jerseys. If you want to do that, Hunter. There's some photos of Boban Marjanovic fishing.
Hate to say
that's
it,
just
but
awesome.
First player I see with a defund the police on the back of their jersey, I promise you I'm not watching.
Zach,
I'm fine with whatever else you want to put up on it, but
Zach, Asani Samuel this week attacked Darryl Green. With all due respect, can someone explain to me why Darryl Green is considered a great? Not great, a great. He played 19 years and was mostly a nickelback. 54 interceptions in 19 years. Talk to me. And Brian Mitchell, you know him, number 2 all-time in yards in NFL history. He said, if you don't know, you're a damn fool. That's probably how me and you would probably feel about that. Asani Samuel responded to him, "Nah, pimp, not a fool at all. You might need to ask yourself, are you a fool? I don't listen to the people I find out.
Mr. T talking.
It's exactly. I don't listen to the people I find out for myself, fool. You just asked the people on Twitter, why is he not good? And then when they answered you, called them fools.
Let's line them up at this age and see who's the fastest man.
That's what we talk about. Asani hadn't played in 5 years. Darryl Green would probably smoke him right now.
Oh, they said that when he was almost 50, he ran a 4.4. 4.4 at 50.
The Bubba Wallace machine didn't come up. The one out, the new one. He did get a new sponsor this week. Cash App, a main sponsor. They're gonna be sponsoring a bunch of races. So good for him. Zach, this was the tweet of the week for the NBA. Fairly attractive lady on Twitter tweeted out, "I've already been invited to the bubble. Yeah, this season's gonna end early."
Well, did you hear what the NBA has in place though?
What's that?
The snitch line.
They got a snitch line now.
Yeah, if you see a NBA player or a NBA teammate partaking, like leaving the bubble and coming back, maybe inviting people from outside the bubble that aren't allowed to be there, you snitch on them.
Snitch line.
Yes, a snitch line.
I saw him playing cornhole the other day together. Chris Paul and a couple of them.
It has been fun looking on the interweb and seeing some of the
what
players.
they can do.
They've taken over Disneyland and Universal and all that other stuff. And what else?
Why would you not? Like,
yeah. All right. I think that's it. One more quick announcements though. Shelby and Burns High School still having football. Golf tournaments next week for the football teams. The Shelby football team will be playing on, Friday, and then Burns will be Saturday, folks. We got a treat for you. KTC Broadcasting hasn't had any live sports in a while. We haven't had any baseball to do this year. None. Haven't done basketball. Was the last things we did was the game before Shelby made it to the championship on the Western Regionals. We're going to have some live sports action next Friday night, next Friday afternoon, next Saturday afternoon, folks. We're going to have some charity golf on KTC Broadcasting.
Nice.
Live on the internet. Hunter's going to be hosting. I think Tom's going to be helping him. His daughter's going to be out there taking pictures and videos for us. My team will be doing some live video and live pictures, and then Hunter's going to have live coverage from the 18th greens.
and he lines up to putt.
You'll be on the ninth.
Misses.
You'll be on the 9th green for the Burns tournament. You'll be on the 18th for the Shelby tournament on Friday. But folks, if you're coming out and playing, they need sponsors, they need players. Stop by and talk to Hunter and Tom. Tell about all the reasons why you're out there playing, supporting a charity or whatever you're supporting. But give them a call. Coach Devine and Burns. Our own Brent Pasco, announcer for Shelby, is doing the running the tournament for the Golden Lion. So you get in touch with him on Facebook, Twitter, and whatever. I'm pulling the info up as we speak for the second for our folks online can see that. I wanted to get to that, and then one other note before the end of the show is also Hunter. Today's my daughter's birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I wanted to say happy birthday to her. I know she's not watching, but I did get a text. She got her flowers from Dida. She that's how she says my name, Dida. So I say she's good. She's 6 now. She's ready to go in school. So when she writes it, she says, "How do I spell daddy?" And so I'll make her write Diduh. Dida.
And your wife is an educator.
She laughs because that's exactly how she pronounces it. Is Dida. But happy birthday to her. She is 6 years old. She's supposed to be going into kindergarten this year, and we'll see how that goes. Zach, it may not be anything close to what we thought was gonna have this year. Well, crap! I was trying to pull up that Burns stuff, and the ship. I know it just posted like an hour ago. There it is. I want to make sure I get all the information. Burns golf tournament. Maybe. Here we go. Saturday, July 25th at Woodbridge Golf Links. Contact David Devine. Lunch is $12:30. Tee off 2. $65 a player or $260 for a team. Whole donations sponsors are $100 over in Shelby at the Cleveland Country Club. This will be Friday, next Friday, folks. Check-ins at 12:30. Tee off 1:30. Captain's choice. $75 per golfer or $300 for the team. If you can do the math on that. Whole sponsors are $100 as well, and lunch as well. So, folks, join us at the course or watch live on the interweb. Hunter will be showing us some highlights and shots from our groups, and it should be a fun broadcast, Hunter. I think you'll have fun with it. We've done a few of these over the years for some fundraisers, and it's a good time, and the guys seem to enjoy it and have a good time with it. So, want to invite everybody out. Again, happy birthday to my daughter. I'm going to pull up a picture of her real quick, so make sure I get that out. The best way, I think, Hunter, is if Andre updated the What's Up Shopper today. I put her on the cover, of course, for this week's. Today was the cover day, so I said, well, baby, you're going on the cover. And no, Andre did not update it, so he's fired.
Dang it, Andre.
It'd be bad if he's...
You had one job.
It'd be bad if he's watching, if he's listening in the car right now and just heard that part. I guess I'll pull up a different quick picture of her before we end the show. Want to thank everybody tuning in. Hunter will be here Saturday for Live Sports Talk with Terry and Tom. We'll have some audio from Cole Custer himself. I got that from the folks, so we'll talk about that in just a little on Saturday. Eat some custard pies that we had some Mondays that Dad brought in for him. Let's see this. Let's see if I can find my dodo. Here she is. So happy birthday, Belle. 6 years old. Hunter, the worst. I'll figure out which button I'm hitting in a little bit. Worst part about a lot of this is that she can't have the birthday party she wants, as far as all the people that she want.
Right.
But also another thing, I'm an impulse buyer too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go. when I'm buying stuff for a birthday or whatever, I'll go to the stores and I'll buy all kinds of stuff. She'll like this, she'll like that.
Right.
So I can't kind of do that right now.
No, I know.
So I'm sitting here on Amazon and other places I gotta order something offline or do something. I gotta get something weird. I gotta get some crazy stuff. But it's been hard on Daddy this birthday.
Hey. Your birthday's been so hard on me.
It has. But tonight we're gonna go swimming, and what she wanted to do, Hunter, was to go swimming and watch the race tonight.
And she gets both.
She wanted to see Jimmy Johnson in this pink lights.
Well, guess what? She gets both.
Well, happy birthday, baby. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, to Sports Talk or Shock Jock Sports Talk podcast. Spotify, Apple Tunes. I always say Apple Tunes.
That's the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? We'll try. All right, see you guys Saturday Morning Sports Talk. Kevin Hastings, Hunter Yancey, Zach May. Thank you guys for coming in, tuning in, and everything else. Have a good day.